Hello, and welcome back. More Citizen Sleeper. That's right. We're fighting capitalism, one dead at a time. Turn the lights on. Last time we were here, we got a lot of work done. Kinda. And we're here to do more. Very interesting game. Very puzzly. Oh, we have an upgrade. Un point available. Fuck it, wee ball. I'll just spend the point I was probably saving last time. Well, so last time we were here, you know, we learned a little bit about who we are. We're like robotic, stinky guy. We got shit to do. Bounty hunters come for us, but we're currently working that. We're working things out with that. Oh, I think we were we had stopped at a cliffhanger. That's where we were, and this is that cliffhanger. From the walkway, the sidereal horizon looks impossibly vast, a landscape of plating and frames. All along her flanks, torches flicker, drones maneuvering, arc lights glint. The sense of scale of industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. That's when we meet Lim and Mina. From the walkway, the side horizon looks impossible. She's quite beautiful, I think. Sorry, I reread the same part. You turn to see a figure a little way down the walkway leaning against the railing. He is thin and ragged, his work gear poorly fitted and loose. The torch of the sidereal horizon flicker in the eyes as he turns to you. Lim. He leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him. Staring out from the ship, and this is Mina. He gets a smile. Hello, Lim. Hi, he replies plainly, then shifts a little closer down the rail. Mina stares and tucks herself behind Lim, who dutifully picks her up. Mina looks out from Lim's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling amongst the rough material. You working on her, then? Lim asks, eagerly gesturing to the vast ship, or just admiring? He shifts Mina's weight from one arm to another. Are we working on a ship? I'm just admiring. Understandable, he nods, gazing back at the side mirror. You like her too, don't you, Mina? Jostles her a little. She's Mina's, and my ticket out of this place, or escape vector, so to speak. This ship? Haven't you heard? Anyone who takes a Having Gate contract on the Sidereal Horizon will be entered into a draw for the transit support crew, he smiles. We won't get to the journey through, but a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me, and I mean if it means landfall on a new world, he winks. Decades? It's a long trip, he straightens up, stretching his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Celis Foundation is sending thousands of people to settle a system well outside the reach of the core worlds. It'll be a totally independent colony, no surrogacy, no corporations. Why is it here? Why build it here, you mean? Don't ask me. I know as much as Mina does. He ruffles Mina's hair thoroughly. I suppose many corporations weren't too happy about breaking with the idea of surrogacy setting up somewhere without it feeding back to the core. Maybe Celis got locked out of the corporate shipyards and had to go begging for somewhere else, to set up somewhere else. Homeless, just like Mina and me. Mina responds by pushing his hand away. Daddy, she whispers, food. Pulling an exaggerated, grumpy face, she glances furtively at you as she plays with a set of dog tags that hangs from Lim's neck. I'm just chatting a little, Meanie. Give Daddy a second. He turns back to you and suddenly notices how tired he looks. I'm not on the Heaven crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, friend. We have to stick together. He smiles. He smiles a little shakily, and you wonder how long he's been working to break into the official crew, shipyard crew. For sure. He looks out at the sidereal horizon as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches from the vast hull. Gotta be a holdout, okay? You aren't quite sure if he's talking to you. That's how it works. While he stares out, Mina catches your eye curiously. You agree, Mina? She straightens up and meets your eye. Daddy loves me. She says it stubbornly, daring you to question her. Lim smiles and lifts Mina. That's it. We hold on. He smiles sheepishly at you. We're just a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? He sets her down, standing by his side, and he clings onto his leg. Gotta go feed this one, he pats her back. Maybe see you on the shift, huh? He turns, and they walk down the hallway. Away from the shipyard, you see them talking, and then a moment later, Mina turns around and stops. See you, robot! Her shout echoes down the walkway as she flashes you at parting smile before running to catch up with Lim. You watch them a little before you turn back to the impossible scale of Sidereal Horizon. I tick it out. New drive. I gotta remember, it's not escape. More quests, more things to do. We're trying to save up money, which we're doing okay on. And we're good on food for the evening. But this year, the Haven Reagan is an option for us. Oh, speaking of, we have Yatagawan data. Is that worth it? People action is slated in the office advertises that Hagen is looking for information on gang activity. They'll pay. We don't really want to fuck with the gangs right now, do we? Sophisticated tech is rare on the eye, so the shipyard is having to pay for shipmates fragments. I can just no one reads them. Yeah. Our quests right now are, yeah, we still gotta build a ship mind. You've heard of a fabricated or exchange. If you can build a ship core. Yeah, so we still gotta do that. Get to know Imphis, which is Imphis loves two things: stories and food. Maybe, yeah. Working with Imphis, improve the Overlook, which we're working on, and then win a side rail ticket. Work with the side we enter drawing. So we want to, god damn it, we want to keep working on that. The bar should be doing okay, but we need to get to the next area to unlock the spores. So we're really just kind of saving up money right now. To the empty container, a little nap. We have one stabilizer remaining. Good for now. Just had to reacquaint myself with the story. It's been a week, so you know what? It has been a week. We're getting hungry. We should probably move on from here. Oh, and we have the other, which is a 2. We need money right now, which is like not, I'm just not like super into working that out. The scrap freights can get us good stuff. Oh, we got to pay our bounty hunter friend. The compressor is quiet today. The usual crowds are elsewhere, and the pumping music washes over a handful of spacers and a few drunks. Ethan is still in the same stool, same pool of light. His head is low, close to the bar, and he's getting ignored by the bartender. You get a little closer. He's just a sleeper. He turns to time to pay up again. He gestures to the bartender. Come here and take the chits. Stay silent. The bartender ignores Ethan. It seems they're cutting him off. Hey, he slams down the bar. Come take the chits. The bartender ignores him. Ethan lets out a huge sigh, rubbing his eyes with his palm towards the holster. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out into clatters on the bar and falls on the floor, bouncing onto the ground between you. You both stare at it, and the bartender looks at the gun. You and both Butterfinger, says Ethan, puts out a hand, beckoning you to give him the gun, if you would. The bartender looks at you warily. You crouch down, pick up the gun. I'm pointing it at him. Ethan turns his head in your direction a little, and the sharp pale eye locking with you as the bartender backs away. Oh, he's a sleeper, he says. This is more like it. Pull the trigger. You don't wait. You pull the trigger. The gun clicks, but not all attention is in the bar. Ethan, he looks at the gun and the music expression. The bartender raises an open hand as it tiny 10 shiny bullets. 10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep at the bar. Ethan smiles at the bartender. Oh well, he says, and grabs the gun, slamming it back into your face in a single move. You stagger back and drop at a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters into the surface that hits a glancing blow and makes your vision swim. Though the blur you see Ethan's wrestle a small, thin slate from the belt holds up. Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in. Ethan taps on the slate. No more playing. Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting a dull echo in your ears, your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin, his face close, his breath heavy with drink. S and ARP just screwed me, he grins maniacally. They canceled the contract. He stands up. They canceled the contract. He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting on his face of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples, his face pale. You hear a clicking sound like the coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. When you shake off the last of the blur, and the bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head, Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. I'll kill all of you, he screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away towards the door. I'll be back for that, he shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and runs to catch your breath, like I'm trying to do. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean up the bar. After a while, you wander out into the lights of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner. I didn't have to pay this week. Well, let's grab a meal. I'm a hungry boy. Perfect. So we're good on everything I think we need. We don't have anything. What is this? It's a passcode for an apartment, which we don't have access to yet. We need a little more money. What about you, dog? You need some help unloading? Doing anything good out of that? Nothing. Not bad. Nothing there. We got a little... just a little bit more money would be nice. Fong's Bay. He's still out for 2 days. Do you need any help with unit? Let's see. I feel like we could work there, or we could do... Yeah, I think we do a little work here. Sure, why not? Well, fuck. That's not good. Okay, we got a little bit more money. Let's get another day under our belt. In the cycle. We got tons of actions for the day. We got 150 bucks in our pocket. I say we go out. And by go out, I mean we go to the gate. Only 60 bucks. We have an apartment. We have another 150. These people want all my money. Okay. Let's start with the apartment. I think we have a key to an apartment. You find the interesting apartment is a passkey symbol obscured beneath layers of graffiti. Who lives here? Me, baby, me. As you push the door open, the automatic light flickers on in the inside of the apartment. They reveal yellowish plastic panels, the curved shape of wall-mounted units, utility units, the detritus of the routine life arranged on every surface. You step inside, clicking the door shut behind. The amber light of the aging fixtures glaze everything with a pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects indistinct in the dull lighting. A pale blue light drifts from the doorway at the end of the room. I'll do the surfaces. Smudges through the thin layer of dust suggest a recent rare and hurried visit. They trace a path of water to the water dispenser, the auto wash, then to the cabinet, still half open. On the shelf sits an empty pillowcase. You cross the cramped utility room with his auto wash dispenser's water closet towards the doorway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room lit only with the faint glow of a terminal screen. Inspect the room. A bunk is tucked into the wall. The blanket's ruffled. A wall desk glitters with rows of vials and containers. A briefcase lab sits open, loaded with rows of reagent and compounds you do not recognize in comparison. This room is clean, ordered, and controlled. Press the terminal. As you approach, there's a crackle from somewhere in the dark. Sleeper. Saban's voice shakily echoes through the apartment. Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be there, but I have to make alternate arrangements. You hear rattling noises. Static. I was able to record this message, but I don't dare show my face. Something is happening within Yatagan. I no longer trust them. Their voice becomes distant, slipping behind the background noise. I have something to ask of you. I want you to get me out. Yatagan were supposed to hide me, to protect me. After everything happened, I was desperate, and then after that, I was too tired to care. A noise like waves passed over the recording. But I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw the debt. But I need insurance, something I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can't be sure. I need information, and as you know, you need me. A pause, something clicking in the dark. This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here. Another pause. I know sleepers. I have been here before. I can help you, but not with Yatagama's noose around my neck. Get me data, get me information, get me something that I can use against Yatagama. Then I can get out and you can get what you need. Please. Waves of static cut into Sabin's voice. Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get it to you when I can. I'll get to it when I can. Can't fucking read. You look around the tiny room and try to imagine Sabin living here, working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminal in the dark. The recording cuts to static, filling the room with a whistle, hiss, and silence. Access terminal. You sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabin has left an access port open, with the rest is encrypted, locking away behind passcodes. It seems Sabin might not trust you as much as you'd like to think. Who does Sabin need to hide from, and what debts do they owe to Yatagama? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase lab on the desk. It's glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clunking shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice the scrawled graffiti of a blade on the opposite wall. Yatagama. You feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. So I can give data to you. I'd rather give it to you. Cool. Low end. Ramshackle Residential District. So we got a couple different things here. Maintained by the residents, the ramshackle blocks are always in need of repairs. Helping out is a good way to make friends. And the the clack of filter caps have been heard in every concourse in Lowen as its residents play rotating rounds of this game for crypto. I'll play one. I got a little crypto. You duel with a sharp-eyed teenager, blocking each other with careful moves. You win, and the crowd chatters, clearly impressed. Eepee! All right. The Mingji Express Noodle Factory and Delivery. All right. So I can work in noodle factory production. Has a kelp stack in the basement of noodles, and then deliver noodles on noodles alone. It takes a certain fearlessness when it comes to. So there's more work to be done. Was there nothing crazy there? And then the Free Spoke Transit Hub. I'm not really feeling the spoke life. I thought there would be more for us here. Fong is still out, which is a little annoying. I really need... Yeah. I'll leave that. I'd like to help with the bar, but there's not much I can do. And then we do this for scrap. I mean, we have good money reserves. That's nice, right? And then 100 for stabilizers. We have enough for more stabilizer when we need it. Yeah, we can... Just like managing your resources. Nope. That we could do. Those familiar threats wrap around you, bind you, test you. Entity submit. Hunter's strange head bobbles and vision. You ally, and the seal dot cannot save you. In that globed head, you see whirling strings of data, so much spinning there that they threaten to tear through your thin skin and whip you out into the void. What happens to this creature? The thread squeeze, and you lose any semblance you might have had. You must escape. I strike him. You lash out once more, pushing Hunter back, severely severing threads that regrow as fast as they are broken. As you slip away, you realize you have to find a way to deal with Hunter once and for all. This is getting too dangerous. Oh boy. Key nodule. This personal terminal is empty apart from a single high-level... Give me your data. Got a key. Still have no idea what those keys do. And then... Oh, I could have got all the Yatagawa information had I paid the fuck attention. That's fine. I can't believe I'm still... Can I just not sleep in his apartment? In the cycle. I'm going to get attacked by that one cuck at some point. It's not going to be fun. Oh, he's back. Nice. Just grab this real quick. I'll give a man some data. Give a man some data. As you turn away from the terminal, the final cache of Yatagan data uploaded there. Air crackles in the white noise. Sleeper. Saban's voice, weaker than before. He comes through the haze. Saban. A sigh of relief comes through the layers of noise. The call must be coming from somewhere on the station. This has to be short. I don't know if Yatagan are monitoring me. Voice is hushed, distant, and you try to focus on it. The data you've been bringing in from the Yatagan agents, there's something in it I don't understand. A shrill howl rattles through the signal. This data is gleaned from their implants, records of integration with their nervous systems, performance analysis, error rates, usage data. I installed many of these implants, and I didn't enable any of this functionality. Their voice dips under the level of noise, like a swimmer slipping beneath the water. You listen to the waves for a few seconds before Saban re-emerges. Has to be somehow baked into their Wetworks interface. And that's not all. The systems compiling this data are connected to some kind of transmission protocol. It's being broadcasted. Why? Every Yatagan enforcer is equipped with black market implants, retinal enhancements, adrenaline boosters, pain suppressors. These implants are gathering data on themselves, on the enforcement body, on their performance. Why? I can't tell. But I can promise you that these foot soldiers have no idea this is going on. The background tone switch is dropping to a grainy rumble. If they knew, I don't imagine they would be happy with the situation. Yatagan could have a mutiny on their hands. You lean towards the terminal, straining to listen to Saban's faint voice. I need a few cycles to pull this all together, but this might be the information I need to press Yannick into releasing my debt. Yannick? He's one of the heads of Yatagan. They pause. It is better you don't know him. Keep it that way. Suddenly, a bang echoes through the call. Sabine's voice suddenly whispers panic. I have to go. Come back in 4 cycles. And the sharp crackle disconnects. The silence fills the apartment. You step back from the terminal. What does Yatagan have to gain from monitoring its own members? You try to recall what you know about the gang and how but you have little to go on. You think of Toshiro, Saban's minder, his mirrored teardrop implants set below hard eyes. What data could they be gathering? And more importantly, where are they sending it? You reflexively rub your forehead, trying to think. Can you really trust Saban? How did they come to be Yatagan's doctor in the first place? You think of their kindness, their care, but also that glazed look of recognition that they gave you when they first met you. That look stays in your mind as you slip back out of the apartment, glancing around as you close it up and drift into the corridors of the station, unable to shake the unpleasant sensation of being observed. Observed. All right. We also got our boy over here. It's been more than a few cycles since Fong confronted Harden, and the silence since has been noticeable. In your time with Fong, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable, but you didn't expect to hear the end of whatever plan he had. You did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he had in action. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Haven Age building, then it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you're getting a little nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open, light pouring out of the one Stark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit out of the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by a bright flood lamp. A figure in Heaven Guard security fatigue steps out of the bay. As you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. I'm approaching him. As you get closer, you see the security officer taping up machines from Fong's stash with what looks to be hazard tape. This isn't good. You again. Harden is there. Leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly that you barely notice him, he has a slate in his hand and inventory of seizure scrawling across it. Predictable. Further evidence of Fong's collusions. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. I'm running. The heavy hand of the officer falls on your shoulder. Thank you, Carrick, says Harden, but there's no need for any violence. Harden pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We all have the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. He gestures around to the stacks of hardware, spying on fellow Haven Age members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data. It speaks for itself, does it not? Stay silent. Nothing to add. He looks at the glass roof above and the stars beyond. We are the ones that provide the oxygen you are breathing, the lights you are seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy, and strength to stop the eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed, not blinding conviction or self-interest. You're the self-interested one. More accusations. What have you achieved, Sleeper? Your entire existence is proof of your self-interest, signing yourself over to emulation rather than the work yourself. Whether you remember it or not, you suffer from the same short-sighted perspective as the people you were person you were copied from. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Under Erlin, the first Union founded this place, and Haven Age has welded his values into the station's very walls. We will never turn away the hard-working, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Haven Age aren't a gang of Yadigan. We aren't pirates like half the spacers you'll meet in the hub, or esoterics like those hypo-radicals in the Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Erlin's Eye Sleeper. Erlin's Eye Sleeper. This is our station. Meet your eye. So please, take your false accusations elsewhere before I decide I need that confiscation after all. I'll stay silent. If you have any pride, you'll give up Fong the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Harden turns his back and walks towards the security officers, ordering them to continue the clear out. As they do, something catches your eye among the server stacks. A crumpled, hand-printed box with synthetic chewing gum. A penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card. And scrawling onto it, a speech bubble reading, "Take me to Amdor." I'll take it. You carefully pocket the box, making sure no one is watching, then turn away. Just as one another stack of servers is wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, Fong? And where the hell is Tambor? Womp womp. Our homeboy is not doing so hot. I don't know what we want to do. I got all these keys, ain't nothing to do with them. Gotta go, and no thank you. I don't even really need the Haven. I got so much shit. I don't know what to do with it. Let's get to work in. I think utility offices or not. What do we got here? That's some kind of currency for something. But let's You heard of a fabricator or ord exchange? Ord exchange. Yeah. What is? I need to build a ship mine. Is that here? I'm not. I was kind of hoping that would, like, oh, maybe help me get a little farther in somewhere else. Art fabricator. I need 3 of them. Damn. Another cycle should do it. And then this is for work, right? Safe, risky. I mean, like, I'm not... I don't know. I'm not sold. Okay. A little work has been done. We got lots of data. We have some quests going on. I really just need... I mean, it's going to be another cycle before I can get anything else done with that. Just more work, I guess. I mean, that's about all I can do at the moment. The free smoke is interesting because it is... We'll enter the smoke. We'll see what's going on. Not bad. No, I think we need to save the exploration. The thing is, we're gonna need money again, so we need to work down here. I need to get on the... $50. Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers gather outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on each receipt paper. These are the assignment numbers, and you are either called for a shift or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is restless, and the chatter rumbles through the lines. For those who, like you, have graduated to the work team, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with a supervisor where you are praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. Yet you can't help but feel empathetic for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their number to come. You keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do so. Hey, sleeper, wait up. Lim's voice trembles as he shouts above the rumble of the crowd, and you turn to see him pushing through. Mina cries in his arms. Hey, Lim. Good to see you, friend. His breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting workers. You made the work team. Good for you. He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does. Shh, baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly at you and comforts her as her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by the side. Shiny streaks down both of her cheeks as she does. He is clutching an assignment number on a piece of paper. Waiting on a shift? You know how it is. He puts his hand on her shoulder and clings to her side. Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. Esther? He stretches. I don't know what... A noise sounds from the entrance at Claxton, followed by a list of numbers growing brightly on a display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wade their entry point. Lim stops and turns back towards the paper, then glances down at the paper. That's my number. Or Mina. He pants down. Go. I'll watch her. He blinks a little. Yeah, he wants to go, obviously. Thank you. Thank you. He crashes to me. Are you going to stay here with our friend, okay? They're going to keep you safe. And he stands back up here. Take her bag. He shoves it into your hands. She's got food. She's got shit. I have to go. He backs away in the crowd. Mina, I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good. Then Lim disappears into the rolling crowd, who are now trying to get into the shipyard before it locks down. Mina stands, staring suddenly small without Lim on her side. She fixes her with dark-eyed look that you can't quite read. Hey, Mina. She holds the stare unmovingly, the two parallel tears tracking the glint on her cheeks. Are you okay, Mina? She snivels and looks down. Look in the bag. You unlatch the top of the bag and you see a few metal containers fashioned with some scrap components. A battered slate sits on top, blinking a low battery warning, and tucked beside it is a ragged rabbit hand sewn. Take the rabbit. You pull the rabbit out of the bag, and its long limbs wagging at you. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. She stands hugging herself, eyes on the rabbit. What's their name? Mina turns away and looks at enters the shipyard. This isn't going well. Give her the rabbit. You hold the rabbit out. Mina snatches it from your hand. She hugs it tightly without looking away from you. Bun Bun, she says, staring you down ferociously despite her size. Hi, Bun Bun. You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you and then walks him up to your arm and onto your shoulder where he sits. She pokes you on the arm a couple of times. Are you really a robot? Sorta. Yeah, she thinks, me too. Mina has more questions, lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe and if you rust. But before long, you're talking about rabbits and whether and what Esther, the lady who usually takes her, smells like, and whether or not fairies live in the eyes heating pipes. You pass the time like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing onto the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun the rabbit. And this is how Lim finds you. As you both of you are starting to yawn, he is dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up his legs and onto his arms and as he stumbles backwards. You two get on okay, he asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing onto his shoulder. More than okay. Mina shoots you a smile from Lim's arms, her suspicion gone. Well, looks like Mini can be nice. He pokes her in the ribs and she squeals with delight. Thank you, friend, I mean it. He gives you a warm, wide smile. I owe you. Look, he glanced around. It seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the low end. He grins sheepishly. If you have the time. But now I had to take this one to eat. He plays a biting Mina, and she giggles in response. See you, sleeper. He waves, and they stumble down the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spacers as Mina's laughter echoes down the corridor in bright squeals. Oh! Oh! Boo! We're good. We have done good today. Bing bong, bing bong. I can't buy anymore. Do we have... No points, because we got no bitches. Midline... oh, that's something we found. Stealing a shipment, steal a shipment? That seems like a really fucking bad idea. Wait. Theft is not nice. This guy's still... Ethan's still pissed off. He'll be back soon. I need more money. I need a shift. Right. Okay. In the cycle. Oh, we need a motherfucking... We need some soup. One fungus, please. All right. Is there an apartment down this way? Okay. So we just keep an eye out on the kiddo, help out there. What the fuck's a random item? This doesn't really help my money problem, does it? We're gonna need $100 soon just to survive. This is a long fucking mission. Jesus Christ. $5? What do I look like, a fucking idiot? Give me some money. I need the money. Oh, shit. Nap time. So how does this work? Your friend allows you to gather energy. Is this the energy, or is this the energy? I'm very curious. That's the energy. I guess it's cheaper than buying mushrooms. But you only get so many actions a day. Our buddy will be talking to us soon. We need just a little bit more money. We just do 2 shifts here and call it a day. $120. You in cycle. And I believe the Dr. Sabin will be back in the building. Yeah, they're back. Probably start there and just see what's up with that. Hey, Sabin. 4 cycles, Sabin said, and here you are, right on time with no sign of them. You wait for a while, but in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins onward, they should be here. Wait. You try to settle down to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out of the tiny room. Where the hell are they? Check the terminal. You double check the messages. Nothing. Check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment. The rumbling at the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to empty corridor. You close it again. A knock at the door. Stay still. Another knock. I'm staying still. A flash, small and possibly bright, cuts through the handle of the door. It silently swings open. A figure stands in the door. Immediately, you know it's not Sabin there. Taller, sharper, and something in the face glints in the half-light. A dark shape like a stubborn baton hangs loosely from their hand. Our local sleeper, good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Looking for a friend. Of course, a mutual friend of ours, the good doctor. She walks past you in her apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks up the glass of the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. And she glances at you, and I suppose you are here to help? Something like that. Good. She puts down the glass and turns to you. I love to meet helpers. We need so many, but we find so few with the right skills. She spins the baton in her fingers side by side. Her eyes are not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they are in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole, and here you are, the help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? Sleeper, no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabin was working for your owners, Espen Arp. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Robin looks away for a response. I'll stay silent. She crosses in the next room and follows silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton on one of the access ports. A spark, then the terminal screen skips, and encryption folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see Espen Arp letterheads and code forms report laden with medical data marked on the corporate logo like the sigil of some cult. Robin steps away from the terminal. Look all you want. Some of your files may even be there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to mostly report on earlier emulation tests surveying with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabin was an Esther Arp employee, why did they help you? Rabia reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on his desk, breaking your concentration. It sabers with the screen light. It's viscous, clear liquid crystalline within glass. We'll of course keep up the supply. We are more than able to dispense important medicines even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment you have the urge to crush the object for the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabia closes up the briefcase and holds it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabia turns her way out. There is no reason for us to become enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. We have good work for you to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. Just step silently into the corner door. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Oh no, she's hot. I also got free stabilizer. Idiots. Fucking idiots. What kind of work you got for me? Oh, I gotta wait 2 days to do work? Boring. I'll enter the spoke bucket. You know what? I'll even do it a second time. I'm getting smoked out. We're actually pretty... Now that we're not worried so much about cash, I'm very... Saver. I think... We don't have any upgrades, do we? I don't know what to take here. Um, I don't want to report yacht again because, yeah, they are keeping my ass alive, so there's no reason to really do that. They are not back yet for another few cycles. I am nervous about this guy coming back into the picture. Not much I can do about that, though. Another day, another dollar. I do need to stabilize. Just, whoop. Eject me, baby. There we go. I got a box of gum, 2 things for the 9 thing, and a pocket full of change. Apparently I need some food, because I am starving. Oh, I have another day for that. Awesome. Yum, 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 yum. Thank you. And then I can probably just go back to the bar and eat something cheap, right? They got cheap food. They used to have cheap food. All right. Let's make a decision here. How much is the new stabilizer now? 75? 80 ain't bad. A little 20% discount. It's not anything to snuff at. Import, export. Interesting. What do you got for me? 150 for a ship mine. By Shipment Corp. Has claims the shipment mine was salvaged from the Solheim executive yacht, which is so much. Export mess. Masuke. Paz knows a spacer who'll take Masuke out of the belt, but only in bulk. Oh, God damn it. I'm broke. Dog, I'm broke. Alright, let's just finish up the climbing. Oh. Interesting. This gives you a lot of access manifests this time. This gives me money. Just go for it, right? The Gimbal Lounge. Ooh. This got food up here. A little treat for a little guy. Let's just head back down. I'm definitely interested in... I'm worried about that still, but I'm... I don't know. Just keep buying scrap, I guess. Oh! I found... Jesus. That's awesome. I think that's everything we needed for a ship mine. Fuck it, let's go do that. A ship mine. Orbito factory generation. Alright, so now I have a ship mine. Empty hibernation. I did that. You've heard of talk of fabricating or gain access, build a ship mine. Yep, I did that. Now what do I do? Oh, is it like that's that it? I still want to do that. When a side rail ticket. I mean, I'm working on all these quests. I can up over here. I still need to probably... I haven't seen Fong in a while. It's a good safe job. Interesting. It gives me energy. I mean, do I just sell the sucker? I mean, like, hell yeah. Now I can buy a little more scrap. Maybe get lucky and get some parts here. If I can build another mine, manufacture, sell it. Damn. Can't always win, but I believe Ward Exchange lets me bring in these. Sell the shitty components, get a little bit of my money back. Yeah. So I'm not like losing a whole lot doing that, just kind of knowing what I gotta do. I don't want to keep stealing stuff. It's kind of like one of those, like, do it a couple times and then leave it be. Listen real quick. I kind of want to look up here with the eye. Keystone node. A couple of keystone nodes here. Interesting. Down we go. And then we got 1 point. Workers, machines, physical tools, or digital interfaces, use strength of will. You know, I mean, we'll do that. I'm happy so far. We got some good work. I'm not excited about that. But, we have all this data. Haven't quite found a use for it all. Oh, not the right one. Back in. In the cycle. I feel like he's gonna wait. I'm gonna wake up and he's gonna be like looming over me one day. Yep. You missed me. Ethan smiles with a ragged smile. Walk away. Ethan follows you along and notices he's limping. Come on, Sleeper, just a little joke. I know you have a sense of humor. You look at him, he's paler than usual, hunched, and he's sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to treat an old friend. Get lost. Ethan's face drops into all Prince's friend list. I think you'll want to hear this, Sleeper, I think, he says, rapidly shaking his head. You really want to hear this? I doubt it. This is really big stuff. About you, he seems more jittery than usual on the edge. You remember how S and ARP canceled their contract? You knew the contract I was going to collect? Seriously, Ethan. Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed me, I lost everything, but let's not worry about that. Why so? And so what did you think that was? That was it? Well, it was, except Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old Esper gave the bounty to someone else, someone who was even more of a shithead than yours truly? He smiles right. What disaster would you be in? You're bluffing. Sure, you could think that, but then you'll wake up or not with a bullet in your head in one of these cycles, and if you could think, which you won't be able to because of the bullet, you'll be thinking, oh, I wish I'd listened to Ethan, he grins. Ethan fishes around his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends and some colleagues about what went down. It turns out old Esper canceled all their bounty contracts, the whole lot. It seems they've brought someone in-house, some guy who did so well in their last contract that got offered a job. Apparently, he made a hit on the ship called the Winter Wonderland or something. It was smuggling sleepers out from under Esper Arp's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew up the ship. They called him Himwick or Haywick or something. He gives up looking at the paper. I forgot. Why are you telling me this? Because I'm your friend, Ethan says, looking for in your eye, and friends help each other out. Ethan runs his hands through his greasy hair. Given this information, I brought light. It seems you're in need of a little protection. Wait for the pitch. I mean, meanwhile, I'm in need of assistance in kind. It turns out I upset a few people at the compressor last time we were there, the owner, and they said they'll space me unless I work off some debt. Seems that they are that kind of businessman. I would pay them, but he shrugs and turns his jacket pucks inside out. Inmate with poverty, he looks pitiful even more than he's clownishly acting. I don't need you. You should be glad at the anger rising in him now. That I came here and told you this. You think anyone is looking out for you? You are a contract, a name on a list. He kicks the wall. Ethan rubs his temple. I'm sorry, he hisses. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you and whacking that thick skull of yours, he sighs. You think I want to go up against this guy? But us. He drops his finger between the two of you. We don't have a choice, so you keep me from getting killed and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other out. A straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. Fine. He smiles. He looks like shit warmed up. He pauses. Just think about Maywick. Think about that cold-eyed Espen Arp shit on his way to find from the core systems. He smiles. That should give you motivation you need. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you, he shouts. Alright, I guess we're working with the guy now. How much does he owe you guys? I guess is the real... We have enough for Founder's Gap. I might just say, fuck it, let's just go for it. Ah. As you step out of the press race on the barrels in front of you, Sydney, you stumbling behind the corridor. Eshi, you turn to see an unfamiliar spacer laden with heavy gear. She stays herself, staring you down as you're daring you to respond. I stay silent. She adjusts the strap on her shoulder, barely giving you a second look before setting off down the corridor. I'm sorry for her. A second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission, they shrug. Not a problem. Smell, you're sweet. Pete. Ash stands further down the corridor, glowing at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down at the corridor to whatever end she's rushing to. Pete raises the eyebrow at you. Ash, please. Do you want everyone on the station to hate us? Ash hardens. They want to hate us. They can hate us. She drops her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through that before they set up a damn cordon. Gordon? See, gestures in your direction. See, they don't even know about what you're talking about. The station isn't Hawthorne. Not everyone has to follow some corporate protocol. Ash sighs. I'm not saying they're part of the administration. She jerks her head into your direction, but I am saying we need to get these supplies into the Briar before someone starts asking questions. Can I help? Peek smiles shyly. See, Ash, help. Isn't that exactly what we need right now? Peek. Ash rolls her eyes. Peek noise her. We are with the refugees, the ones Haven Age has cordoned off from the entire station. Ash interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined into makeshift vessels that barely made it into the eye to begin with, the ones that your station administration have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peek sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there, and they turn to Ash. We understand that this is a big problem for the Eyes. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle, but they hold a hand to stop Ash from interrupting. But Ash turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping. Peek finishes. It's difficult. He forces a smile. Peek, please. She gathers herself in supplies. Ash, we need help, just like the refugees need us. We need others too. They smile at her. Peek turns to you. Come find us at the climbing briar as docked at the broken spoke, past the green belt and in the waist. We have a good view of the cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. Squeeze your hand. Ash turns to leave, and Peek follows, waving you goodbye. A moment later, Ash shouts down the corridor, Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want help? Show us. Bring supplies, or don't come at all. And with that, they disappear around the corner, Ash already picking up speed as Peek calls her to slow down. A refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from, and why now? Each time you think about you can understand this place, something changes. True! Gamer moment. It's a commune. The wastes. Boom, 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 boom. Climbing briar. Complete the supply. Goriosha's action will begin at the episode, but we read this as 10 for late game. Okay, don't do that. Sorry, I'll fuck off from that. The wastes. Gather scrap out here. The edge of the scrap. It looks a little fucked out here. We need the biosphere stuff. Walking the greenway. I need the mushrooms, dog. seems pretty safe no matter what I do. We're joining the commune, baby. We're commune members. Let's go. It's a little annoying you have to like do this like little like just click something to like. I wish it was just a little bit cleaner. Okay, we got a lot of shit going on. We have so many side quests to be working on. And frankly not enough time. But let's go talk to Robin. As you approach the address, Robin gave you a heavy hand falls on your shoulder. What's your business here? The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving you a hint of the strength her implants gives her. As you turn to see suddenly the same subsidiary eyes as Robin and Torshiro glinting in the mirrors like her cheeks. Gia, please. The sleeper is here by my invitation. The Rabia commands the hand immediately loosens, and an apologetic look replaces the scowl on Gia's face. Of course, Robin. Sorry. Rabia? Where's her hand? Don't you worry. I appreciate your protective instinct. She smiles at the enforcer. How about you head towards the tambour? They have a delivery coming and they'll need some help with lifting. Jai nods and walks away. So Sleeper, you came. I'm glad. I didn't feel like it was an offer. Sorry for that, she smiles a little tight. You have to understand, finding you there and I wasn't sure where we stood. There are more than a few people on this station who would rather I was dead. I had to be sure you weren't one of them. I wish you no harm. I'm glad. Ria begins walking and gesturing for you to walk with her. She takes you down a staircase into the bustling walkways of the low end. What do you know about Yatagawan? I know nothing. Come on, Sleeper, human me. I know we have a reputation. People with carts push by, moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages. Our reputation is one that implies threat. Is that fair to say? We are framed as aggressors, parasites, and criminals. She gestures around the people in the passageway. But when was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the Eye? A policeman? Who cares about the laws here? Not really anyone. This is true. The Eye is lawless, so it's up to us to make it work here. But I don't imagine you think that's a good thing. If you have spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place. Our people. Low end was empty in the Erland's time. They didn't need to house thousands and keeping the yards and the rotunda safe was work enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later when the refugees started arriving. Arvia meets you in the Eye. The collapse didn't just happen here on the station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned. The moons of Amber and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage. Some tried to hold it together. Some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erland, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. Many within the organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they hoped. Arvia leads you through the small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders. Erland's union was made of workers, administration, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families, were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. The Yatagawan is a childhood conflict, a child born out of the need to stand up and claim our future, to provide security, strength. People call us a gang, but we are a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth I have worked to earn it. Arvia catches herself before she raises her voice any farther, and both you walk in silent for a while among the smells and textures of the low end. You start to wonder if this place could be your home too. Where do I come into this? Arvia smiles to herself and thinks for a moment before she responds. I believe that you understand the importance of the refuge, so I believe you wish to keep this place safe. She exhales quietly. For this reason, I would like you to trust me. I do not know what Sabine had told you about us, but I imagine it was not good. I will be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable with having Sabin as part of the Yatagawan. An ex-corporate employee, it goes against our nature, but their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabin had their surgery, kept it supplied, that was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they made to us. Yatagawan has not lasted this long because of its charity. We offer and ask for support, any betrayal will be treated as an attack. They were trapped, desperate. Many in the Eye are, Sleeper. I'm sorry, but we must all ask that our deaths be paid in full. Sabin found something. Please, I don't want to hear the accusations. They only want to escape their debts. They would have said anything, but where are they now to stand between their claims? I'll stay silent. You realize that Robin has led you into a loop, and together you both come back to the staircase you've been walking where you met. You're free to go, Sleeper, I said. I have said what I wish to say. She looks out through the windows in the walk place. I would protect this place in my life, and it has protected me. I want to make that clear. She turns back. However, if you too wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be a task for you to complete. You will be able to see Yatagawan, to see the low end, with your own eyes, not as framed as others. As for Sabin, she pauses to consider her words. I will ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider the motivations carefully. With that, Robin leaves, slips back into the office, and stares down at the countless units of each home with each story. Low end. A lot of reading. Okay, they're back soon. We have like a billion things to work on. Good God. I want to work on that. That seems to be the Easton says Mavic is on their way. You'll need to leave the station, get protection, and disable your tracker before they arrive. Well, I would love to, but unfortunately, these fucking cucks keep causing problems for me. Seems like we got a lot of time to work, though, so let's get the mushrooms going. The most important thing I could think of. I have +1s on both of these, so it doesn't really matter. I want to be an Air Force Ranger. Oh, whatever. Fuck off. Yes. I'm part of the commune now, boys. Yippee! Rico, botanist. You head down to the Haifa compound, followed by a blue painted line that is labeled laboratories. A member you were assigned to work with told you they already asked to see you, but you still have no idea what about. The line takes you to a blue door and through the glass roof chamber where a network of stems and leaves filter the sunlight coming through the ceiling, casting the whole chamber in a strange yellow-green. Peaceful, isn't it? Distracted by the green, you miss the woman standing by the lab bench, camouflaged by the dappled light. Welcome to my sanctuary, she smiles. Come, let's talk, she says and becks you closer. Who are you? Of course, my apologies, she offers a hand to shake. I'm Rico, I run the botany program at the Hypia. What's Hypia? She looks surprised. You've been working in this company for a while right now. I'm surprised you don't know more. She lifts a tiny sample jar, yellow spores dancing inside. Haifa lives off the land of this greenway, allows us to live like we do. No one here pays or is paid. We sleep here, we feed each other, we work for each other. Rico walks away from the bench and waves you to follow. She opens a small door and leads you down a glass corridor surrounded by vivid green. All this, she says, gesturing at the overgrowth. It's the kind of miracle. She looks at you with the bright eyes. What do you think usually happens to plants on stations like this when they're abandoned? I imagine they dry up. Exactly. They run out of water very rapidly, in fact. She leads you left at the crossroads. But here they endured, she smells to herself. Actually, no, they thrived. You look at the bright tendrils wrapped around the metal frames of the corridor. They look dormant, strong, like they take control of the place. Rico continues. Of course, Solheim tried to create a stable biosphere here, patchworking the surface of gardens of algae tanks that feed into the network with microbial reclamation systems. But the Greenway was always envisioned as extractive, a place from which the harvest is removed and sold to those living on the station, not as a closed loop. For this reason, when the collapse came, the Greenway should have gone with it. Erlen himself was so convinced of this, and his first colony never even came here to try to reclaim it. The Eye instead relied on outside favors and influenced shipments from the inner system, the small-scale agricultural system like kelp and fungal farm stacks. And yet, here we are among growth and decay, a biosphere flourishes. When Haifa came here, we expected only vacuum-dried stalks and leaves and perhaps some fungal colonies hidden in the mulch, but we found a jungle. With this, Rico hits a button on the wall and leads you through a large pair of double doors in a huge, impossible chamber. It's every kind of green, from the pale algae tanks into the dark vines that surround them. It's wet, too, a rarity on the Eye. Condensation clouds the light from the high glass roof and gathers on the shine, leaving broad leaves of shrubbery. How? This is exactly our question. Rico turns to you, visibly excited by the room you're both standing in. It doesn't make sense, but in many ways the system is stabilized. Unlike the farm stacks closer to the gap who need input to support their meager output, this place runs itself. Perhaps Solheim managed somehow something new here. Perhaps they tweaked the plants or built a new system buried deep below us, or perhaps their collapse caused some fortunate cascade and unlikely chemical reaction within the biosphere. That's what I'd like to help me find out, she turns to you, forehead. Wet would do? Sure, me? Yes, you. Rico sits on the railing. These halls run deep, Sleeper, and I'm getting old. She stamps her foot on the metal grating of the walkway. Whatever is causing this, it has to be found in the groves deep in the Greenway. Hypho won't spare anyone for an expedition. It's too dangerous and unnecessary, they say. I can't make it a case, but I can make the case, but I won't get any votes. You sleepers are hardly beings. I know that much, and you could speak with the eye, uncover its secrets in ways I never could. She holds out an arm so you can help her stand. Bring me samples, spores, seeds, and blooms. I can grow them in the lab and study them. The deeper they are found, the better. I'll try. Thank you, she smiles at him. Thank you for listening. Rico leads you back up to the huge chamber and up through the passages. She's a little slower now and stumbles on the steps. You help her where you can. It's good to have new blood in the commune, she says. Many of us have been here a long time, and few come through. She settles back on her bench and labs and stretching her legs. You go to leave. Come back if you find something, Sleeper, she calls. There are discoveries to be made. And you follow the blue line back into the compound and all the time thinking of impossible magical green. I would love to find spores, dog. Where do I get them? We also could sleep here. Isn't that nice? A real place to sleep. I don't want to dig through scraps real quick. You know what? How dangerous is it? How bad could it be? It's scary. Never mind. Wait, what else we got? A point. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'm definitely like... It's a bit of a weird spot. We got a ton of quests to do. But, like, we don't have any mushrooms. I still don't have mushrooms. It's fucking throwing me off. I mean, like, I need to explore in this area, I guess. Like, that's, like, the main thing. Okay, thanks for nothing. Let's end the cycle here. It's interesting that a commune can even exist in this area. Okay, we really need to find, like, new stuff. So let's just... Finally, you. Oh, fuck off. There's definitely a lot more... Oh, mushroom grows. So I need more intuition to do that. But I need to hire the aviary. Okay, we're running circles here. I need to pick like a path and probably get it kind of pushed forward. Now I'm starving. Great. Some food. Let's see if I can barter some food. Good back there?
Will just died.
You're just exacerbated. I mean, you're exacerbated. Is that the word?
He got pushed off a boat and died.
Oh, not the boat. Come on. I think we've. Oh shit! Actually, how many does he need? He needs 3 fully grown ones. So like that's like a totally different thing. Oh shit! They're almost back, and I ain't got no money. I'm fucking broke as fuck, dude. All right, let's just let's do this. Oh, you only needed 1. Oh. Oh, you did need 3. Okay, you're just slow rolling the fuck out of me. Got it. There, I worked hard. Start growing some mushrooms. And now I gotta wait a billion turns. $1 billion. Fucking bitch. Alright, I need money. Let's watch the kid. She's asleep, whispers Lim, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the doors. She says, You are perched at a thin bar in the main room, the slate in front of you, which is still glowing with Mina and your drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring, the only word Mina has known, with stick figure standing along the edge. The taller one is you. Drink, asked Lim, producing a worn-looking bottle of Griot from under the bar. Its contents growing amber in this fluorescent light. Sure. Lim nods and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal tumblers and then sits down with you at the bar. Cheers, he offers, you and clinking metal together. You know, we actually have something to celebrate this time around. Lim gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side rail, he grins broadly, clearly he's been desperate to tell you at the cycle. I knew it. Lim holds his drink up. You did get there first, friend, I'll give you that, he looks away. Seriously, though, couldn't have done it without you, keeping an eye on little meanie back there. Lim shifts a little in the stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, Sleeper? I haven't seen her much these past 2 hours. She misses you. He looks away. Yeah, he says to no one in particular. The silence stretches out as Lim takes a drink, his eyes fixing the bedroom door. She's good. He nods. I can't take all the credit from Mina. She isn't actually mine. He gazes off into the middle distance. I pulled her off the refugee shuttle out one of the Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. And interested some of the residents tried to make it to the eye on these decrepit old shuttles. He sloshes the drink around the tumbler. They had no idea what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway there. Everyone's space. The only reason she made it is someone sealed her into a weapons locker. She was ice cold when I reached her. Purple lips. He shivers. Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let her go. The medic treated her with me still clinging to her. He's still not sure why. He reaches over and refills his cup. We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand. We were private military hired in by Conway to protect their claims in that collapse. But once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got us dumped here. Saved her. I'm going to sound like an idiot now, but he sighs. She saved me. That's the truth of it. He looks around at the gang unit stained with plastic plating and flickering lights. Me, I brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost, but I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes, dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up in the draw, Sleeper? What then? The side rail will sail off without a thought leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? You'll make it. Sorry, I know you don't have it any better. He looks at his cup and pushes it way down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us still on the team now. Both of us will have a chance. Exactly. Imagine all 3 of us riding this side rail horizon out of here to a new world. He looks out in his glass moment. I think I drank this too fast, he laughs. Lim stands and starts to clear the glasses into the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. I see you around. All right, then. He catches your shoulder as you turn to leave. Thank you, Sleeper. I mean it for both of us. He pats your shoulder and you slip into the dark on the walkway. With this thought of little Mina on your mind. I helped a friend and had fun with Bun Bun. Alright, there we go. Predictive reasoning. Another point. Okay. Let's go sleep in our old container. So let's do some work for the Syndicate so we can find our buddy, I guess is what we're looking for right now. It's kind of a tough, because like we really need to get something working in terms of let's start that. Did I get some fungus? Damn. I need to get that going. The problem is I don't have any... Shit. This is such a mind fuck. There's just so much going on. It's cool that you get energy from doing those. So like you come over here, do a little work, get a little energy back. Like there's no reason. I don't know. I don't have any Greenway data for that. Interesting. Very interesting. Farmer stock here. Definitely some interesting shit going on. So, do we have... Is the ship in? Yeah, it is. Oh, fucking... Thank Christ. I'll buy one. Thank you. Now we can take this. Fabricate a mind. I have a shipmine core, right? Yeah. Do that. Start it. Perfect. Don't... I'm not like... I don't know. Fucking hell. I need this to pay off so I start getting some fucking mushrooms. But I also just need money in general. Fucking, I'll start this one. $5 whole. Don't bust the bank all in one place, dog. On his way. Okay, so we need like we need money. Let's get up here. Let's just do this real quick. Keynode. I got a matching one here. Let's just bypass that. A glint, like a light traveling along the edge of the way, fills your eyes. And the blade follows a long head with two dead stalks slipping toward you in silence. You freeze, hoping it will pass you by, hoping they do not simply slice you like they are. The blade's head nears, slides past you, almost. It nakes you, grazes you as your desperate cry call out, but you hold your silence and simply watch the blind eye as the killer glides past into all thoughts. The blade winks you in the dark, and you are alone again. Now you cry out. Oh. Who be slicing my shit up, dog? That ain't nice at all. Got 8 of these suckers. I don't know what any of them do. I'll buy a space mill. Duh-hub. List ship mechanic. No way, Moritz. Moritz? You take those substandard filters back to the shit hills who sold you them. You hear the voice echoing from the bay as you pass. The months later, someone who you assume is Moritz drifts out with it, dragging a platelet of filter cartridges by the tether. Hey, you out there! The same voice echoes out in the darkness. Looking for work? Yes. I just need a hand. Get in here. The voice is coming in from someone shorter than you expected. She is floating in the microgravity with a docking bay beside a half-deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point. She points a wrench at you in a direction. You know anything about these? She doesn't wait for an answer. Scratch that. Just help me with these. I'll help her. All right, then. She deftly moves around the unit, making space for you beside the central seam inside the dented case. Just take the grip here and lift out and up, and then I can get in and unbolt it. She whacks the unit with a wrench. Whole thing is twisted as shit. You dig your fingers under the casing and lift it away. The metal squeals from the force. She pulls her hands under, spinning the wrench to the side of the bolts, catching them with her other hand as they spiral free. All good. The casings lift off, revealing the ornate piping of the unit's interior. She whistles at the mess of ducts and filters. By the way, everyone calls me Bliss. She pats you on the shoulder, offering little in the way of an explanation. What are you doing here? Repairs, fit-ups, tear-downs. Bliss starts pushing and pulling at the ductwork, looking for fractured pipe. We haggle for contracts, but the good ones get snapped up pretty quick by the bigger base. So here I am trying to get this M2 unit running again for one of the freelance tugs, small-time stuff. Hold this. She rips out a ribbed pipe and hands it to you, like a freshly caught fish. We turn stuff around fast and neat, and maybe we get a chance at landing something bigger. Something starts hissing in the unit, and Bliss quietens it with a precise whack. But to be honest with you, the way things are, I can already see the other crews licking their lips, ready to take this place over. She looks at you, almost out of luck. I'll offer to help. I appreciate it. Let me finish up before you jump, though. She keeps working, twisting aside pipes with care. There we are. Bliss pulls her hand from deep within that side of the unit and comes out, clutching on a lumping cube, scorched black. This thing must have overloaded and popped half of itself out of the side. You both duck down into the side of the unit and spot the exit wound, its edge fringed with more scorch marks. Grab me a replacement converter from the racks, will you? The racks. You kick off from the unit and drift over to the wall racks where a catalog of parts sits secured in clamps. Colored tape and scrawled notes flutter across the wall, a complex organization system of Bliss's own design. Or just a big mess. You try to pick out the right part. To converter. You grab the part and push back into the unit. Bliss holds her out and pass it over to the converter, spinning gently as it leaves your hands. Perfect. You pass. She straightens up from the unit. That is if you want to work here. Because she mentioned it was an M2 earlier. Bliss rubs her hand clean, looking down at her palms. Truth is all I need here. My partner skipped out on me and left me with a whole mess. You seem like you might at least be better at spotting a clean air filter than Maurice. I'll be happy to. Wait, she frowns at the racks. That's not all of it. My old business partner, they rinsed the place empty with the accounts. To bid for jobs, we need to put down deposits, bring in parts, pay tug fees. For that, she looks nervously embarrassed, so we need chits. An investment? Exactly. Partner. Slate strits. Bliss settles herself against the unit and looks off in the distance. I guess I look pretty stupid here. I'm asking a random passerby to be my business partner. No offense, she smiles. I get it. Thanks. She meets your eye. I appreciate it. Bliss goes back to working on the unit. Look, it's no pressure. You find the money or you find someone who has it and you just forget the whole thing. Up to you. She gestures for you to help refit her casing and you both slot in and back to place. I think I'm good to wrap this one up for now, but if you're into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract. Something to get our teeth into. Something that pays. She gives you a serious look. You can trust me. I don't say that stuff lightly. You kick away from the bay, propelling yourself back to the hand bolts at the entrance. You slip out of the way as you do. Someone slips back in. You hear Bliss on your as you glide down the passageway. Maurice, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean. You smile. It seems like this could be interesting. Work. $100? Well, I look like a man with a mummy. No, thank you. Not right now, at least. I need to... Oh, God. How many shifts does this fucking idiot have left? Too many. It's like a balancing act of like what you want to do here, because God bless. Oh, wow. All sixers, huh? Big juicers. I don't want to leave. Like, working on the ship is fine. I don't want to leave, though. We should probably buy one more of these while you're here, though, just to start the action. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's fine. And then you... And then I should do work for the syndicate. So I could find my buddy who disappeared into the ether. Awesome. Now I can take this scrap. Did this pay? It did not pay. Huh. Interesting. And then what does she need? Spores? I'm most interested in like this plot. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to get too far right now, because Maywick is still pulling up. The problem is that I need, like, that's like the looming threat that's continuing to be a problem. And I'm a little nervous about it. But I'm already considered an outlaw, so I might as well just keep, you know, I don't need the energy. Let's start. It's fine. So, scrap. And we're really close to that being done, which is like the real linchpin here. And then I just need to juice up a little bit. And the cycle, baby. This game is very interesting. A lot of decisions to be made at any given time. All right, awesome. I don't really want to do it that way. I don't really want to help those guys. The mushroom shit is what I'm interested in right now. So let's just go do what I'm interested in. So the problem is, I really need this. We go Captain. Awesome. That's a good start. Right now I'm fucking exhausted. Alright, that's fine. We have 2 grill caps, which is what our buddy at the restaurant wants to use, I believe. Oh, he needs 3. Oh, what a bitch. Okay. Come on, I know you got something there for me. That paid off. Actually, I don't need to do that. I do that, and then I come over to the I don't really need to steal anything from these guys anymore. Stole a little bit. Awesome. Now I got a little money in my pocket. That's a good. Let's go invest some cash. I think that might be worth something here. The only place to sleep in the hub hacked off a colony ship and welded to a ring is there's to rent. Rent a capsule. Not really my interest level right now. I need to help. I want to seed a little money in here and hope that. I think that's worth the investment, and then I could throw away a shift at the bar if I really had to. How bad is he off? I mean, like... a little tired at the end of a shift, that's fine. I'm probably spreading my tendrils a little too far out, but that's okay. We'll get there. First thing I need is a thing of food. Actually, I think fungal collecting will do that for me automatically. So let's just... boop. Fungus collecting. Fungus, fungus, fungus collecting. Grill cup. Oh, and I think the bar is probably done too, but let's just get our buddy at the stall going. Alright, Chief, I got you something. What do you got for me? 3 days? What do I look like I got 3 days? Fuck you. Alright, let's go to the bar. Tala, what's going on, Tala? Tala comes into one of your shifts where the bar is empty, tapping you on the shoulders to clean the bar. It's ready. She's grinning from ear to ear. The grill? Obviously, she grabs you by the arm before you can ask anything and drags you into the back room. The smell hits you immediately when you enter, a cocktail of rich fermentation and chemical sharpness. The room is warm and bright, and the newly installed lights making the place look clean, whether it is or not. Tala has already pulled a couple of stools around a metal crate where 2 glasses with a few fingers of pale griol sits in sitting wait. She smells. I haven't even tried it yet. You can see she's nervous. You both sit in the makeshift table. The slight strangeness of the situation makes you both jumpy. Tala hands you a glass. Cheers, she says solemnly and knocks the glass back. You do the same. The first sensation is burning, a sharp nose-clearing blast of alcohol that has your friend querying whether you would like to activate safe mode. You gulp the drink back, and it is only then, behind the burn, there's a taste of the earthy tones of the mushroom, the wood and the soil left behind, and the sediment barely there. It's strong. Oof, that is heavy. It's promise, though. You think? She swirls the glass and puts it down. Wait, I have an idea. The Tala grabs a metal bottle from a newly installed work surface and adds a few drops of water into the grill. Try it again. This time the burn is a warming glow, harsh but fading off, and the woodiness is less heavy. You taste something floral in among the marshy decay, something fresh and bright that you never expected to find. It's really good, right? It is. Tala grins with her whole face, and that makes you smile too. Ella pours one more grill and then adds some more water, and the actions are already taken to the quality ritual. You both drink. Tala tucks her feet up behind her in the stool, folding her legs. She looks down into her glass and swirls the liquid thoroughly. What's on your mind? Tala looks up at nothing particular. My father opened this place, you know, she says out of nowhere, and a thought suddenly becoming words. It was his attempt at making a life for us, for my family, when we got to the Eye. You were refugees? From Sinza, yeah. It's one of the Ember's lesser moons. She takes a drink. I don't remember much. It was only tiny when we came. I was just thinking about something my father told me. When we first set this place up, he wanted to call it the Batanyan, but he was afraid it'd scare off the customers, so he kind of translated it, hence the Overlook. And these past few cycles has been... When I've been in here, I've been thinking I should rename the place. She looks at you. Banyan, what do you think? I love it. Me too. Tala picks up the glass. That settles it then. To the Botany-on. You clink your glasses and drink up. Tala hisses at her teeth. Still harsh, she laughs, and suddenly grabs your shoulder. Oh, Sleeper, I totally forgot. She stumbles to her feet. She lurches over to the corner of the room, covered in a plastic sheet, whips it off, like a magic performing a trick. Beneath it is a neat little kitchen, a sink, and a working surface with a compact oven as a hob. Your kitchen! She doesn't give you time to respond. You can come make stuff here anytime as long as you promise not to raid the mushroom farm. I need those for the grill. I was thinking, too, that if things pick up, we could start serving proper food over the Botany-on. She laughs. What do you think? I say it's perfect. Tala gives you a hug, then quickly stands back up. I'm sorry, I'm just glad you're here, she grins. I think me too. As Tala tidies away the glasses, you inspect the kitchen, checking all it works. It's small and salvaged, but after what you come to put through, it feels like a dream come true. Later, when she's done for the day, Tala comes back through the bar, and you share a glass of the good grill, the one she didn't distill. And this time you talk about nothing in particular, sharing stories about regulars or discussing the best place to eat on the eye, which, after everything has happened, feels like a nice change of pace. When it comes time to leave, you promise to cook for Tala and agree to let her know which shifts she'll be working in the coming cycle, and then slip into the cooler rotunda. And in that moment, you feel for once at home. Another shift, another day. Probably need to work on our shop, but we need money. Not that badly. I'll be collecting tithing now. I don't want to give that prick any satisfaction of defending me, so I'm gonna push this way. Just say, fuck it. As you say goodbye to the other enforcers and walk back through the low end, a chirpy catches your attention. In the corridor away from the main hall, through it is someone has stuck a small recorder to the wall, the suit salient tape writing across the fluorescent tape with the word sleeper. Peel away from the wall, and as you do, it triggers some kind of improvised trip switch. Sleeper, Sabin's voice crackles through. I have seen you with Yatagawan. Are they holding you captive now too? A high whine. I'm sorry I've dragged you into this. Do not trust them. Something is happening within the gang, some kind of power struggle. You covered the speaker a little. Their voice is too loud in the quiet corridor. I will come soon. Thank you for your efforts. I have located most of their properties. At the right time, I pause. I will see you soon. Don't give up. Remember our deal. It cuts. You stare at the recorder, processing what you have heard. Hearing Sabin's voice again opens up something inside you. As an ARP employee, do they know that I know? You struggle with a mix of concern and distrust. You throw the recorder into a nearby waste chute as you leave the corridor, still unsure who to trust, and you head quietly out the low end. I trust the gang. I'm a gang member now. Certified gang member. I got my tats. I'm good to go. Right. You finished that food yet, my brother in Christ? No. Oh, I can't even bite you. Stinky. Alright, set up here. Ascend. I don't really see the point of buying an apartment. I mean, you know what? I take it back. I'm getting an apartment. I deserve a little treat. All right, down we go. I no longer have to sleep in the rust. All right. So, I mean, like, we're gonna need you. Okay, 2 spores. I'm gonna take these spores. You. Sleeper, Rico greets you without so much as looking up from work. I have some of yours here. Come see. She beckons you over to the heavyweight-looking console wired to a series of specimen jars which contains your spores. What does it say? The spores here have a real cocktail selection of types from within the groves, but I've been able to isolate a few. She taps one of the specimen jars. Here we have a Trochlymella I can't pronounce that. TM. Rico breezes through the Latin and Japanese pronunciations of it was nothing. A species Solheim somewhat modified for use on the station. She brings up a panel on her console showing chemical composition, all gradiented bars and obtuse acronyms. This is the composition of the Solheim modified Matsake spores. Modified? Yes, every species in the eye is tweaked a variant of the Solheims, of course, but that's not the point. Rico brings up another panel, identical in layout, but with wildly different colors and numbers. You see, this is what your Matsuke spores look like. Aren't they the same? That's the conclusion, yes. Rico glances at the specimen in the jars and might have something to add. They are fundamentally the same spores, but they carry different chemicals, different signals. She leans back inside. Solheim may have introduced their own tweaked version in the beginning, but the grows have, and still are affecting them. Do they still grow? Exactly what I wondered. She moves to the other side of the desk where two trays sit side by side. The first contains nothing but plant mulch. The second, you smell before even looking at it, the pungent aroma of the fruiting Matsuke, like rotting sodden overalls laced with the edge of spice. The Matsuke here are grown from Solheim's stalks, pulled from the spore vault in this complex, she winks. They are delicious, by the way. She sits beside. The empty tray is germinated with the spores you collected. No activity, no germination, no nothing. The grows are full. Yes, they are. She looks at you indirectly, and you suddenly realize how much she is enjoying this. So here we use a puzzle, Sleeper. Spores from the groves won't grow in the lab, but gathering fruiting bodies from the grows is too unpredictable. We need to grow a fruiting body from some of these spores so that we can track it, understand it. In short, I need to become my mushroom farmer. Actually, I already started. Well, an eager mycologist. I've never guessed. I assume you set yourself up in the aviary. I've been eyeing that place for proximity to the groves. Bring me whatever grows, not just Matsuke. There's more than a couple of variants in there, so you'll have plenty of samples. She plucks Matsuke cap from the tray. These little things are reflections of their condition, their smell, their taste, their chemistry. It's derived from the conditions of their growth. She smells the cap. Enough of these, and we'll be able to picture what happens here and what ways we'll be able to biosphere modifying itself and being modified, whichever the case may be. Riko pops up the Matsutake cap in her mouth, taking you by surprise. And don't worry, Sleeper, she said with a soft chewing. If this turns out to be the dead end, I'll make sure that not a single mushroom goes to waste. That's what she said. You're fighting mimics. Those are my favorite. I love mimics. I'm gonna grow my own mushrooms. I'm gonna sleep in the commune. I wonder how long this game's supposed to take. I feel like we're making good progress, but what do I know? Moritz! Hey, quiet voice greets you as you leave, Sleeper. It's me. I know Moritz, right? This is the guy who works in the thing. Yeah. Do I know you? Moritz, he pauses. I work for Bliss. He rubs the back of his head. You're not an easy person to find. I move around. Moritz holds up his hand. Hey, no judgment. It's cool. You both stand there for a moment. What's up? Well, Bliss needs you. A job just came in really big when she's asking for you to come in and help her out. She nods. I'll be right there. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Moritz stands in a little while, unsure the message delivered. I got it. Cool. He looks around. Bliss just likes me to be thorough job, you know. He rubs his hands in the back together before burying them in his jacket pocket. You see you, Sleeper. Moritz ambles around the corridor, can get the filter cap on his way out. Time to head to Bliss's bay then. I got work to do. I need money. Dog, I'm broke as fuck. Yeah, I'm not working on that stuff on that end. I don't have any mushroom caps for you. Food is not ready there. I shall head up. Ascend! Alright, what are we doing, Chief? All right, do we take the 50-50? 50-50, 50-50. Something bad happened? I missed. We finished this Bliss thing in like 1 day. As you both wait in the airlock for the cycle back in the bay, Bliss thumps you in the arm. Nicely done, Sleeper. We cleared that contract, no problem, she stretches. Once we are back in the bay, we can check if the payment has come through and divide it up. She stretches, feels good. The airlock clunks in the light flicker, and a moment later, you are back in the bay, where Maurice is on the racks trying to figure out where the mess of tools Bliss left in her wake should be hung. Hey, Moritz. Moritz looks over his shoulder. Sleeper. He spins the wrench's hand. Looked like clean work out there, he nods respectfully. You look over to Bliss, who is already gliding over to her management console. She twirls a little as she crosses the cavernous bay. No one you've ever met moves as well in 0G as she does. It's like she was born to do it. Shit. Bliss slams into the fist in the console. Shit. What's up? I can't even. Bliss goes, come here. Bliss calls you over. Look at this. Just look. She spins the terminal around and you see the details of the bay's account. You see an entry for the Ember's Wake, a repair fee paid in full the moment you finished the job. But then directly after, the whole amount was transferred back into an unknown account. How can this happen? I can't tell you how. My ex is a sneaky little convening shit. She punches the terminal. He must have coded a backdoor in the machine before he left. She rubs her forehead. There's no way we can. Where's? Throw me a wrench. What's that for? Where it spins the wrist around the bay, Bliss smiles at this. Bliss brings the wrench down on the terminal hard. You flinch backwards as the hail of computer parts split up in the bay and glittering arc. Fragments of the screen, memory, and selection of the casing. When Bliss is done, she clips the wrench to her belt. Try backdooring your way into that, you shit. Where it's distance from space hanging on the racks. Bliss, he says tentatively, you want me to? He looks at the arc for fragments drifting across the bay nervously. No, she sighs, I've got it. You go get me a new terminal, cheap as you can find. Cobble one together from pieces at the exchange if you have to. Can I help? Bliss, Glasshouse Panel, don't worry about. One of the first things I had installed when we spec'd out this place was a cleaning sweep. She flickers over the plastic covering on the huge red button. Watch yourself. She hammers the button and a row of lasers emitting unfold in the laser bay. They start crawling their way across the workplace, frying the debris as they do in pulses of burning light. Bliss smiles. Is that, or just spacing the whole area every few cycles? You okay? Not really, she turns to the sweeping panel. Just don't seem to be able to extradite myself from this shit, no matter how hard I try. The cleaning sweep buzzes and crackles as it works its way across the bay. That account wasn't everything. I'm not that stupid. Once Maurice gets back, I'll secure it and flush everything else. She's flicked a nearby piece of debris into the path of the sweep. Clean break. Then we can take another contract. That's it. She shuts off the sweep as she reaches the end of the bay. You don't want the cryo back? Oh, I want it, but it's gone. He could have transferred it anywhere. She looks across the hub, and even if I knew where he was, the last thing I ever want to do is see him again. She rubs her forehead. I'm sorry, Sleeper. I know we worked hard for this too, but next time it won't be the same. That's okay. She smiles. See you in a few seconds, Maurice. We'll let you know. She winks and kicks off to the bay and finishes cleaning. Womp womp. Womp womp. Dog is still cooking. He said, fuck it, we cooking. Okay. Nap time. We need money. I'm broke as fuck again, dog. And I'm starving. Alright, let's see if this man's cooked it up. Memphis. Memphis is preparing the grill. He has heavily adapted the recipe, he says, but the smell's already incredible and emanates from the strange purplish-white bulb that you've never seen before and is sliced finely. He brushes and slices the mushroom and then places it in the wok with a sliced bulb in the oil. They caramelize there in the well-worn crucible. He adds liquids, transparent and opaque, and then turns down the heat. It sprinkles a leaf in the final touch. We have a moment, Sleeper, he smiles. Do you have a story? Something in the scent of the food gives you a feeling of nostalgia, something distant and melancholic. It seems like a story should match the feeling somehow, and maybe you feel better about telling it. Recall your oldest memories. You start by explaining that when you were emulated from a person, many of your memories are left behind. Perhaps it is an intentional part of the process, a way of keeping sleepers ignorant and malleable, or perhaps it's a side effect of the imperfect emulation. You admit you don't really know. What you do know is that some memories survive, and on occasion they come back to you like shadows passing overhead. You detail one recurring memory, which, despite returning to you with enough regularity to think it's familiar, always fades as quickly as it arrives. You struggle to explain the feeling of being whole for a moment that comes from this memory, and then how the wholeness slips away to leave you feeling like you have forgotten something important, but just can't bring it to mind. Memphis nods throughout, cooking as he does with deft and skillful movements. You start to trail off when you realize you can't find the words to explain how the memories you do have feel like both yours and someone else's at the same time, and how that always fills you with certain sadness. The sadness of remaining forever unknown, even to yourself. Memphis finishes cooking and meets your eye. I'm sorry, Sleeper, for your troubles. He puts the wok to one eye. I appreciate you sharing with me, he smiles. I hope it lightens you a little. He passes you a bowl and heaps the grill into it, the yellow color mixing with the pale sauces and whorls and blooms. Eat. The dish is delicious, filling you up with warmth as you eat your way through. You weren't even sure your body could be warmed. It's a small mercy, you think, that Eth and Arb left you this pleasure. Many of the features of the frame are there to simulate human experience, you know that much. Emulating minds cannot be rewired, so their need for embodied experience must be met. That is why you breathe even though you do not need air. Without the simulation, a sensation of drowning would be unbearable. Food serves another purpose. Your frame is able to metabolize it, producing energy from the raw material. Vitamins and minerals are excess of course. Your frame only needs raw power, so much is wasted, and yet while you eat the food and feel the warmth, nothing feels wasted. It all means something to you. As you finish, Emphas takes the bowl, the last of his cleanings. He smiles at you, and neither of you feel the need to say anything else. Instead of simply exchanging nods and walking your separate ways, back into the bright market somehow changed. Okay. Cool! We're broke as fuck and we really need money. So, let's get some money. We're actually almost done here. Maybe we, this will give us a little bit of money. Scrap this stuff real quick just for a little bit. I mean, we just got so many quests, dog. There's just so much shit going on. So up one upgrade point. We're just... This time you meet Robin inside Rabia's office, although you've seen it office seems like the wrong term. You find her stool in an almost bare, shadowy unit. Midway through a sequence of stretches, there are two low stools and a terminal in the corner, but it seems like most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber mats, and a stack of weights. Sorry, I need another drink. It does wonders for my voice. When Rabia turns to greet you, you realize she's missing an arm. The processor she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal, a web of colored wires running to it. Update, she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. Nothing to worry yourself about. Sorry, don't be. I'm sure you've been on the receiving end of more invasive stares than I ever have. You both sit on the stool, Rabia crossing her legs on top and sitting straight back. Gia told me you've been doing the rounds, collecting ties, patrolling the ward, she smiled. Some of the enforcers are impressed. I hear you've handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. I wanted to help. And you did. She closes her eyes for a moment. I hope you can see how things work here now. A strong Yatagan means a strong low end. Both are woven into each other. I know that for you, life on the Eye has been a struggle, but I hope we can do something about that from here on onwards. Though some of our members may not see it this way, I know you too are a refugee. She looks at you solemnly, and this is why we had come to us. Sabin. Enough, Rabbi. And Sabin's voice cuts through the conversation. I'm tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room. Rabia's baton in hand and lit with sparking electricity. Rabia looks between the two of you. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation issue? Acting phased. They're acting alone. And pauses, thrown off at the moment of your renunciation. Rabia takes this opportunity to act. She leaps from the stool and, feigning passing Sabin, grabs the baton and twists it inwards. She is by far the stronger. She pushes Sabin to their knees, plunging the crackling end of the baton towards her chest. They freeze their Sabin, struggling to keep the crackling baton from their skin. I say stop. Then you support them. You're not, your loyalties are so eagerly swayed. I thought you were more than Yannick's attack dog, Rabbi. Sabin spits back. Are you not able to think for yourself? Rabian holds the baton strong, and for a moment you think she's about to hammer it down into Sabin's chest, but after a painful wait, she throws Sabin down instead, then spins the baton in her hand, thumbing a switch and shutting it into a single movement. Rabbi, explain. They both look at you, each still catching their breaths as they've forgotten about your presence. Explain what? How the moment I call my forces will come down here and take them away. Rabbi cracks her neck. You were lucky I didn't kill you. I would have had every right, she shouts, and the anger releases some tension to more of a threat. Sabin lifts himself a little, bruised from the fall, and they roll onto the side and cough. Rabin gives them some space, sitting back on the stool. Sabin props himself up on the elbow and fixes Rabin with a hard stare. You have something to say, Rabin taunts? Say it. This is your final opportunity, because after this, there's no coming back. What's the point? Sabin breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the great Yatagawan project. Rabia collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabin takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, and decide on another approach. Eventually he says, like, Yannick is a traitor. Rabia immediately flinches, her eyes going into her prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching, but she rides it out, more eager to prove Sabin wrong than she is to hurt them, at least for now. When I came here from Espen Arp, they glanced at you, gauging reaction. It was Yannick who was the one who was the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Naive. Sabin turns to you. Sleeper, take a breath. I know that I should have told you that I worked for Espen Arp a long time ago, but I thought you would abandon me, and you are my final friend. What you should know is that I left Espen Arp because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program and the illegal and immoral practices it relied on to the press. Espen Arp wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to the refuge of the edge of the surrogate systems. As they stop to collect themselves. What does this have to do with Yannick? She interrupts. The Sleeper knows you are Espen Arp. I told him, and while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you worked on the Sleeper program. Yet he told me this much. It is true. They glanced in the way, ashamed. Leatherhead. But it is Yannick, not me, who is in the pocket of Espen Arp. Ravian flinches again. I can prove it. Here's some kind of deal to keep me here. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in the debt, to lock me away in exchange. Ravian slams her hand on the desk. Just tell me, for God's sake. In exchange for those. She finishes nodding towards Rabia's prosthetic arm and cradle. He has been using Yatagan enforcers using you as test subjects for Espen Arp technology. I have the data to prove it. He has been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one of them capturing data and sending it back to the makers. Rabia's fixed expression has started to fade. Sabin produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Rabia. They could short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabina certainly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I have tried to fix hundreds of them. Failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stop, unable to continue. Ugh. Rabia closes her eyes and breathes in. Then she holds them open again and she holds her hand. Show me, she says. Later, much later, when you leave, Sabin is still taking Rabia through the manifest and usage data. Both of them crowded around the terminal and Sabin leads. Rabia through each layer of Yannick's betrayal. As you leave, Sabin catches your eye and something passes between you, something like a thank you or a sorry or some other expression that communicates with sadness and hope. No one got murdered. That's all that matters. Beep, beep, bop, beep, bop. Oh, I can read all my dice. Ooh. Ooh. What am I thinking here? I don't know. I'm not like completely sold on any of these. Rolling with recycle instant card. I mean, I do like Intuit. That's good. It's just like super helpful. Like, just get a free reroll and just go again. I assume they're planning something, rebellion, whatever. Helpful and all. I still need the fuck out of here. I need money. And I'll say fuck this guy. So we're not helping Ethan out anymore. I really need this implant out of me is the hard part. Oh, those are good. That's pretty fucking good. She want more seed? No, she wants specific mushrooms. Fuck. Alright, Chief. 100% positive. Nice. One more. Now we can germinate. Just need to get a little more mushroom action going on. Start. All right. Look at that. Now we are talking. Hey, love.
I love you.
I love you. I'm a mushroom farmer. In space.
Oh my goodness.
Space. Let's do one of these for funsies. All right. So we got a couple different things working now. That's good. I need to eat something, though. Goddamn. Goddamn. These mushrooms, I'm too... I don't feel like helping these people, let's be honest. No benefits. I'm out. Okay, let's take a look down here. So, like, we could steal... I don't think stealing's right. I mean, we're bad people. It doesn't mean we have to steal. Let's buy some food first. Just get that knocked out. You got anything in dock? No, you still got a day on that. I guess we can just take this time to work on the Sidewinder. Just make a little money. It's not a bad side gig in case things go awry. Yeah, we'll be helping out over here. It should hopefully pay off soon. Hopefully we have 3 die. 4 die, 4 die, 4 die, 4 die. Damn it. It's a 3 die kind of day. Sleeper, Morta has been on your way out. How you been? Yeah, I've been surviving. What is that? That's a struggle. He glances around. He runs his hands through his hair. I've been meaning to ask you, Sleeper. What's it like? He pauses all of a sudden. I mean, you know, what does it feel like? Be a sleeper? Yeah, he shrugs if you don't mind. It's strange. Yeah, I know I can't understand it, you know, you're framing well everything else, but I wanted to say I have a lot of sympathy for it, like having a place to find a place, having to survive, having a future, having no future. He looks down. A lot of people around here understand that. Mortz looks away, but he notices him for the first time, not just as a bliss assistant, but as someone who their own worries, not their own, with their own struggles, their own life. You feel bad for not noticing earlier. Mortz looks back at you. Anyway, I got a message for you. Let's sit me down here where we've got another contract she needs you to help with. That's the message. He paused. Look, I know last time the payment didn't come through. Just knows that. It's no problem. Okay, he pauses. She's doing her best, you know. I know. See you up there. Morse turns and strides, leaving you in the corridor. Time to help Bliss. Maybe this time you think you'll work something out. It'll work out. We'll make it work out. Oh, damn. This. A lot of extra work. I had given you everything I got. Gotta go. I need more stabilizer. That's the fucking annoying part. And I need mushrooms for the cute little side quest here. So I could buy 2 of these. That paid off. I take these to the Obit factory. I manufacture one of these, and then I do the thing, and then we'll be in good shape. Oh, yeah. Great. Now I can come over here and buy some Yatagawan approved stuff. Leave that behind, and now I can go meet these guys. As you enter Raiba's office, you hear a voice. Is that Sabin? You push the door open. Sleeper, what good timing. Rabia calls out to you. I want to introduce you to someone. The man standing at the center of the room speaking quietly. Rabia has turned to you. Meet Yannick. Sleeper, he nods. Been hearing good things about from Rabbi. He smiles at you. Good to meet you. Likewise, he waves a ringed hand. Now, Rabbi, where were we? Actually, Rabbi appeared hand on his shoulder. Sleeper was what I wanted to talk to you about. She doesn't spare you a look. What's going on? Well, okay, then. Yannick tucks his hand in his pocket. Go on. I'd like to recommend them to your ward, a tiny pause. They have shown themselves to be capable ally here in this the spoke side, but we have more than enough to run our territories. I hear the main block is proving to be more difficult. I cannot speak. Yannick leans us forward slowly. It's a mess, Rabbi. He waits, the tinted glasses shimmering despite the lack of light in the units. I could use them. He suddenly decides. Everybody smiles. Good to hear. I can immediately. Yannick cuts her off with his hand in 1 second. He steps one surprisingly light step closer to you. Are you eager to work, Sleeper? Yes. Yannick nods his head and is listening to music. Okay, then. So you suddenly are unsure if he's talking to you. That concludes you, Yannick pronounces. Sleeper, you can come work in the ward anytime they like. You shoot Rabbit a confused look. Rabbi finally glances at you for a moment, but it's so fast you almost miss it. Good. I know you'll be happy with the work, Yan. Anne reaches out and squeezes her shoulder. Sure, Rabbi, he says. Now please, he says, turning his face to you. Let's us old friends get back to it. You guys Rabbi away, leaving you to stand alone. You look at Rabbi, but she's so deep in conversation is so stunned and confused you leave. She's using me. Yeah, and Yannick's ward. Patrol the block. Yeah. So that's like another little side thing. I need this is bad. Funkos. Commune time. My energy's getting low. Oh, I forgot that. No. It's fine. It's fine. That's still going. We don't have any mushrooms from that. That's for late game. I'm not totally sold. Study him. Oh, that's not the one I want to do. I think this is just my backup. Just like, not a huge fan of it, but it's better than nothing. Something. It's a tough resource because, like, we really need to. God, this is bad. Just fucking. Okay. I am not. I never did any work for this. I'm not like... I don't know. I'm not super sold on any of this. Let's just start. Start juicing out our expenditures here. It's weird because I have... like, I don't have good places to use some of this shit. Like, there's just nothing I really do. Pretty much grow my own fungus. I don't do that. I have plenty of energy built up. I don't really need to do that. Like, I understand how that paused like once, but then it is annoying that I gotta keep doing that. Yeah, I think we just finish this up, right? I mean, fuck it, right? There's no reason not to. Your crew slowly filters through the shipyard lock, but the bubble chatters reduced with each of the levels. There's excitement in the air. Having Guard has just made an announcement that assembly teams are done. Sound locked. The locker door bench, you can now feel the side rail out there. It's hulling mass now, immediately familiar with you. The past cycles, you have watched it grow, being assembled. You have walked through the veins and welded its bones. Now it's ready for the final stage. You'll go into testing now that into the final process of sealing and resealing, rechecking before it is deemed suitable for generational trip. But for now, your work is done. You can't help but feel but proud. A cough interrupts you, though. It's Lim, changing out of his work gear. Mina nowhere to be seen. He smiles. She'll be ready soon. Where's Mina? You two are fast friends, huh? She's being watched at home now. I'm on the work team. I can afford a bit more help. He corrects himself. Was on the work team. I mean, we are out of jobs now. He adds. Not that I'm complaining. Lim comes to the side of you on the bench. She's gonna make her best shape, and we can carry you. I mean, out of here. So confident? Lim smiles apologetically. Why not? I figure I'm due a lucky turn by now. He rubs his hands nervously. No use in wondering what if. Until the drawing, anyway. There's a few cycles till then. Lim is right. But the odds seem unlikely anyway. How many are working in the shipyard? Hundreds? Thousands? You've certainly seen more faces than you can count pass through. And are the Celis Foundation even going to keep their promise out here on the eye? You get a sense that no one will hold them to it. Why else would they be building the side reel in a surrogate system? As you think, Lim watches you with a worried look. How's Mina doing? Lim is surprised with the question, but smiles. She's doing well. She misses having you over, actually. I need to get you two together again, especially now I won't see you here either. Lim gazes into space. She's pretty stuck on you, actually. She told me the other cycle that she doesn't want to go unless you can come too. You ever been in a thunderstorm sleeper, a real big one? I don't remember. Lim shoots you a worried look for a moment. Something else, he smiles. The sound of the smell, the hammer raining down, the whole sky scratched out in bruises roaming and huge in Rome. The place I was born, New Pembroke, a dry old rock in the Conway system, had two seasons. One of them was dry as a bone, dusty and ugly. The other was a long storm, a side effect of the terraforming efforts, they said. Rain used to rattle off the roofs like bullets. It washed the dust away, turned the streets into rivers. It used to sleep and wake us in the morning. We'd wait half a year just to see it again. The best day was the one where the first drops fell, he sniffs. Some days I wake up swearing I can hear it again. I was thinking Mina has never seen a storm, never felt rain. She's grown up here. The ring is her only horizon. Always in the dark. I want to change that. You will. Of course, almost there, Lim stands, stretching. Best get back to the little one anyway. With the shifts done, I reckon she'll be happy for having me home for a few cycles. He shoulders his gear. See you in a few for the draw. I'll be there. Right on, he grins. Lim leaves, making you the last person in the cavernous locker room. As you sit, you think about the rain, and a little hope creeps in. Is it possible? Could the side rail really take you to the planet, a place where, with weather and skies, with life? You get up quickly before you can think about it anymore. It's too soon, you hope. Too dangerous. There's work to be done. One more day of stuff to do. Decent on cash, so we can probably throw some work this way. Then go to our snazzy apartment that I made. Oh shit, I've not been helping with this. Okay, we'll do that tomorrow. Oh, there's so much to do. There's so much to do! Rerolling those fuckers. That was bad. Alright. You and Bliss are floating in the bay's airlock, waiting for it to cycle. You pick a few leaves from your clothes as you wait. They float around the chamber and it's been carried by a lazy wind. Clean work. Bliss bows a little. Well, thank you, Sleeper. You don't do so bad yourself. She checks her tool belt. Seems like we're getting into a good rhythm. The now familiar sequence of clunks and rattles sound out, and then the door hisses open. That moment it does. You know something has once again gone wrong. What is all this? Bliss asks confused, looking Maurice. Bliss asks a confused looking Moritz. Besides him are a set of crates anchored by the bay door. He has clearly just brought them in through the bay's freight lock. Moritz looks nervously between the two of you before answering its payment. He runs a hand along the crate. The Sycamore Sea crew just brought them over. He stops, but they seeing the look in the Bliss's face adds they were very thankful. I bet they were. She clenches her fist. What the hell is inside? Maurice leans over and struggles with the catches on each side of the top crate. As he does, Bliss turns to you. Don't say it, Bliss stares into space. Don't you dare say it. Say what? You know, she looks back at you. This isn't my fault. Maurice finally gets the catches free and the lid floats off, drifting up into the bay. As it does, a small brown lump floats up with it. Maurice reaches out and passes it. It's a mushroom. It's just a damn mushroom. Wait, mushrooms? Not just mushrooms. He holds out a clump of tightly packed leaves. Produce. Bliss starts laughing. Goddamn hive commune should have known they didn't have a shit to rub between them. She knocks a small brown mushroom across the bay. Stop, Bliss. Maurice grabs her. These are good fresh. We can sell them. To who, Maurice? We are running a grocer now. We need cryo, otherwise this whole bay will be shut down. We can't pay for parts with leafy greens. She wags them in Maurice's face. I can use them. Bliss raises her eyebrow. What, 4 whole crates? Even you can't be that hungry. You can take a few, but the rest will sell. She smiles to herself, or at least Maurice will sell them if he's so eager. Maurice closes up the crate and starts moving them. It isn't that bad, Bliss. It's a step in the right direction. He glances at you, looking for backup. They'll sell great. He sighs. Looks like I went into business with a couple of wannabe farmers, she laughs. Prove me wrong, then show me this is a windfall. She kicks away towards another patched together kernel. Until then, I'll be working on how to keep this place open. Maurice messes up a thank you and goes back into moving the crate. You better be on your way, too. Yeah. I like Moritz. He's my homie. I got some grill. Thank you. La Monterey. La Bantayana. Start the action. I will cook the caps. I will become a handsome guy. Oh, I thought that was going to be part of the dinner thing. Oh, brother. I thought that was going to be like a cute little dinner date. God damn it. She didn't want to date a synthetic. She's like, you wire back. She said that to me and it was very rude. Awesome. With me. Alright, that's me as a robot. I have to use energy to harvest the fucking... I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Oh, much better, thank you. Alright. You fucking... Yeah, this is... Oh god, I have like 5 days. This is bad. Yeah, this is not bueno. This is bad. This is bad. I'm nervous. Because neither of these have produced my fella to help me hack. Like, I'm nervous about this not panning out. Oh, shit. Yeah, this is bad. I want to push this. This is the most interesting thing we've got going right now. You almost laugh when you see it. The same small recorder stuck to a different wall this time, written across the fluorescent tape is familiar words. Sleeper, you grab it quickly. Rabbi says, sorry. Sabine's voice sparks up again. She said she didn't have time to brief you before sending up the old man. I'm sure you've gotten by the play by now. Earn his trust, work the block, then we need to get into his office. It's risky, but obviously you know you're the only one of us who doesn't already know. Either way, we need to locate the link to Espen Arp. You hear a shout in the background of a recording. Rabbi says, be careful. The data suggests there's some relay processing the implant data and sending it to Espen Arp. We can't lock down its position. Either he's moving it, or it's moving itself, or it's rerouting through other relays. We can't understand it. Maybe you can find some details in his office. Once he trusts you, you should be able to get close enough to get in his office. Only then you'll get one shot. The recording creaks and whines. It's the final place for this puzzle to end. Good luck, Sleeper. I'm sorry, too. Be safe. Recorder clicks off, leaving you in silence. You pocket the recorder just in case and walk around. Looks like it's all up to you. % positive. You look at the countermeasures on the drawer. It looks like some kind of shock trap. If you grab the drawer, you'd likely have thousands of volts running through you. You wince. Once you find the anchor points, it comes away easy enough. You prise it open in the door quickly and quietly, and then listen to the footsteps down the corridor. Nothing. All clear for now. You slide the door open, looking on the other side. Countermeasures that might be inside. So you see a chunk of attack the relay, but as you slip it open, a handful of wires and an empty implant cradle. Is this some kind of mistake? You freeze for a moment, not sure what to do next. Why keep an implant cradle so carefully guarded? Remember Yannick having an implant, a small plate on the side of his head, just above his ear. You assumed it was just for hearing or vision. Those shimmering glasses of his come back to you in the memory. His strange movements, his speech. You look at him again, cradle, and there is printed on the frame. Proprietary tech property of Espen Arp. Everybody said the relay moved. They couldn't get a fix on it. What if Yannick was the relay? The thought hits you like a shot. Yannick with a remote relay implanted in his head, and it worked in late. Every single implant enforcer in low end, a shudder runs through you. Is he even in control, or is Espen Arp warmed his way into the man? Could you even be considered separate from the corporation itself? You think of your own legal status as proprietary tech, a puppet to cut strings. Time to cut Yannick's strings then. You reach around the inside of the cradle to find it. A remote control, a tiny bead of transmitter, likely controlling the link to Esper. There it is. You pause for a moment, then you squeeze it, snap it, and the frame crumples, it sparks and dies. It takes a moment before the shouts come, before the screaming, and you are already on your way out down the corridor. Now through the unit that serves as the lobby of the Yannick's office. Then out of the walkway where Yannick lies still, and forces gather around him amused. I leave. You've seen enough. The connection is cut, and whatever Yannick was or has become is gone. Your anger is a hard core in your chest, and all is focused on Espen Arp. Stop the signal. Yannick died. You were still waiting for him to get touch. Yeah. I ain't stupid. I ain't going next to the... I just killed that man. I just killed a man! Alright. Still nervous about this. I mean, like, do you think the local street gang will help me out? That's not got worse. Alright. The API. A fungus among us! Yes. Okay. I got some strange shit. Oh, I can only harvest so much. Ooh. Ew. Bad boys in. Kind of a mushroom master. Awesome. Was the trim? I'm kind of upset that the bar hasn't... There's nothing else to really do. It's a little sad. I was kind of hoping there'd be a little bit more going on. Got one upgrade point. What the fuck am I upgrading? I was going to say, I don't think I have enough for anything. Oh, shit. Is that time? Crowd is already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard. You've recognized faces among the people who have worked alongside the side rail. The intervening cycles have turned their excitement into anxiety, and a few of them smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the station, creating a feedback loop of growing tension. You pick out Lim and Mina and work your way over to them, pushing through the crowd. He silently raises his eyebrows at you, his anxiety obvious, but Mina flashes you a huge smile, unaware of your tension. "Robot!" she shouts, reaching out at you. "Hey, Mina." She waves, frantically grinning. "Quite the turnout, huh?" Lim glances around, pulling Mina closer. "I don't think patience is one of those crowd strengths." The sound of the argument of an argument towards the back catches you and Lim's attention. He's putting it lightly. This place seems to explode. They'll manage them. Lim looks around nervously. I sure hope so. This is the Aster Ingard of the Celis Foundation. The announcement echoes of the speakers. At the shipyard entrance, a shout of quiet rapidly follows. "I'm sorry I can't meet you there all, and thank you on behalf of the Sindri Celis for the work you've done on the side rail horizon. Most of the crew strains to see Aster's face, but the small display shows only a ghostly white figure smudged and unclear. Sindri wanted me to pass on the personal thanks of your commitment to the belief in the Celis Foundation's mission. We chose the eye of the project because we knew that they would find like-minded individuals here, especially among the ranks of the venerable Haven Age Association. Unlike most of the Corps, we neither believe Erlen's Eye to be a threat or a rogue state, but instead an embryo for the formation of a new, decentralized social structure, one where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny. A ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. They didn't come here for a sermon. You were all pioneers, just like the Corps citizens who the side rail horizon will carry. In cryosleep to the planet, there will become the Foundation's first frontier world, Celeste 1. At the mention of the destination world, excited conversations break amongst the workers. There, our citizens will be able to create their own innovation, bottom-up economic order, aligned with the principles set down by Sindri Celis himself: freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance. This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Haven Age Yards. As a reward for those efforts, you know that there are opportunities to select groups with the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Side Rail Horizon, who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space. Lim turns to you. This is bright ears. This is it. This draw has been performed at random by the central AIs of the Foundation and is final and binding. Please note, only licensed contractors of the Foundation are able for this draw. I know you have all been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read the Celis identification numbers of those who've been chosen for this great honor. A murmur runs through the crowd. Celis identification numbers? Licensed contractors? You've never even heard of those transmissions. Is that something we were supposed to be assigned? You glance at Lim, and his eyes are fixed towards wide and shimmering. All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones like a rising wave. Aster starts reading out sequences of numbers and letters, and panic begins to set in. No one seems to know what is happening. Somewhere near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration, and everyone pushes forward. Lim? You turn to see Lim still standing forward. Mina is scared now as the shouts start. Daddy? Someone throws something at the entrance, and it rattles against the shipyard's doors. You see for the first time Haven Age security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger is rising in the crowd. Lim, let's go. He doesn't move. They might call out my name. I can't. Mina tugs at his dog tags. It's not happening. Lim blindly blinks rapidly and then turns to you. He opens and closes his mouth and looks down at Mina. He sees the fear in her eyes and understands it's time to go. You lead Lim and Mina out, shoving people aside. As you do, you hear the sound of scuffles emerging at the front of the crowd, of metal canisters bouncing out the shipyard walls. You can see the head down and walk away, the sound of Aster reading off the ciphers echoing above the chaos like some kind of strange mantra. When you turn to Lim, there are tears tracked down his cheeks and Mina sniffling into his jacket. You feel the sadness rising in you too. They screwed you. Screwed all of you. You were never even on the list. The feeling is as unpleasant as is familiar. You stare ahead at the tunnel as the security sirens sound out, the signal from the coming violence. Oh, that isn't cool. Oh, I'm not surprised. It's just not cool. Alright. So yeah, they fucked us. Not nice. Over you, sir. I would like a broth. It'll take me a couple days to make that broth. I probably need to eat something in between. Oh, you dog. You. Alright, can I make anything cool with these clubhead freaks? Gotta eat somewhere. I'll go up top and eat. Man, this game's pretty fun so far. Really enjoying this. Taking up my own home. Wait, we got a little energy. I think this is still waiting, right? Yeah. So many different little plot lines kind of pushing right now. I need money. Either the ship's in right now. You're in right now. Okay, what do you got, Chief? You're still in from the last time you. All right, well, I'll start that. Sleep in my fucking crate like a rube. Oh. I'm not happy about that, but it is what it is. All right, across the room we go. Oh, I had to. Oh, you fucking prick. I thought it'd be like a one-time investment, but I guess then that makes the node not do anything, so you know what? Let's donate some time over here. It's nice and safe. You aren't taking any of the mushrooms I currently have. So this is like a bonus campaign thing. It's like not even part of like the considered in game. It's very interesting. Sleep time. Go for like another 15 minutes and then we'll you know, go from there. That 3 dice is not at all very good. Sorry, Morris is leaning against the corridor. It's time. He looks away. Big job just came in. Grand finale. You up for it? I'm ready. All right, then we're in business. He keeps looking away. This has to work, Sleeper. It has to. Or if it doesn't, are we in trouble? Bliss okay? I don't think so, but she isn't hiding that from anyone. Look, Bliss has had a rough time of it. I thought you of all people would understand that. He runs a hand through his hair. Sorry, didn't mean to be. He smiles. Bliss is a good one. She gave me a chance. I owe her. He straightens up. I know you have your own thing going on, Sleeper. We all do, but this bay needs someone. Bliss needs someone. Hell, I need someone to help me keep Bliss from spinning out completely. He scratches the side of his head. Otherwise, there's not much I can do. He shakes his head, and I would hate to not pay back my debts. Reed stretches. I gotta get back. He nods. I'm out. See you up there. Back to workies. Back to work. Fucking music. What the fuck is that? Do not worry, Chiefums. I had to get some medicine. Am I not able to get medicine anymore? Oh, that's not good. Well, that's gonna be a problem. Yeah, that's gonna be a real fucking problem. And like, it looks like everything's coming to a head tomorrow. Get like 6 different quest lines, like kind of cleaning up then. I don't really like the odds of that, so I'm just gonna... necessarily have much option here. And I got 2 days before that. I'm nervous about this. When we started this whole thing, I thought we'd have more time. I'm fucking starving. Unbelievable. All right, we gotta go. Wait, I'm sorry. What's that? If I absolutely have to, I may do that. But I'm not that desperate yet. Oh god, everything's like not going so hot. Okay, Emphas. You got some food for me? Emphas is preparing with Matsutake caps. He is cleaning them carefully with damp cloth before shaving the stalks as if he was sharpening a pencil. His knife slides through them, revealing the bright flesh from the bright white of the flesh within. These are good, super very good, he says without looking up. I bartered with Ming Jing for some kelp too. We can brew the dashi. You know Minji? Just looks up and cutting the smile. Everyone knows Minji. Emphas slides the sliced Matsutake mushrooms to one side of it as he takes out a clothespin. He opens the lid and you see a green wafer of kelp sitting in a bath of water. Been soaking it since last cycle, Emphas explains. Should be good warm now. He places the pan over the burner and turns on low. We have some time now. It wipes his hands clean and throws a cloth over his shoulder. However, there's one difference at this cycle, he smiles. You have been the one providing the ingredients, so it's my turn to provide a story. Okay. Good. This story is important to me. He gestures to both of you to sit down, folding the chairs to his stall. See these? Emphas runs his hands over his forearms, tracing the circular scars that mark them like a perfect bite mark. Conway called it an anchored interface rig, a mechanical control device for piloting heavy-duty extraction suits in low-G industrial operations. We called it a bone suit. He pointed at the pattern of large circles on his shoulders. They drill in and anchor it there, then all the way down the arm. He taps each scar on the way down. It maps mechanical movements to the suit exactly. 1-to-1 mechanical replication. You swing your arm, a 2-ton arm swings too. You've just seen the recruitment vids. Strong people in even stronger suits tearing through stone scrap. Superheroes. Half my graduating year side up for company's school to company shuttle. Conway from birth to death. He stares off in the distance for a moment, fighting with the memories. But the bone suits weren't good. The rate of failure was high, and the failures meant arms torn off, anchors torn out, broken arms. Bad stuff. So after a while, Conway discontinued them. No longer competitive, they said. He checked the broth, turning down the heat and adding the mushrooms. So there we were. Hundreds of us with surgical alterations for suits that didn't work. They sent us home back to the company colony that spat us out to be cleaners, drivers, cooks. They gave us drugs for the pain and told us to make something of ourselves. When I was deserted, bribing some passing spacers to take me into orbit, there were only me and a couple others left. The rest just faded away. Arthritis, osteoporosis, they folded in on themselves like paper lanterns. That was my generation. The anchor points still ache, still burn. He touches the scars. But what burns worse is the betrayal. I've been on the eye for a long time now, but that will never fade. Not that, and not the faces of my friends. Emphas reaches over and sprinkles a handful of leaves into the broth that's ready. Sorry. Don't be. It was Conway's crimes, and you know better than most of what we went through. It is enough that you were here to listen. Emphas pours the broth into a double-walled metal bowl and hands it to you. The heat radiates through your hands, and the smell drifts up, rich and warm, like a pine forest after the rain. You drink the broth slowly, chewing the masaki and thinking, Matsutake. Emphas busies himself while cleaning the pans and the bowls, sealing the kelp back for another day. He then quietly comes to sit with you while you finish your meal. I need another drink, I'm sorry. My voice is giving out. Jesus. He then quietly comes to sit with you while you finish your meal. Neither of you speak, preferring instead to let the story linger in the air for a little longer. It is not that there is nothing to say, that is that sometimes it is a moment after something. Speaking breaks the spell. So you both idle, eager to be in each other's company. Emphasis takes longer over his cleaning, his packing, and savoring the final dregs of the broth. As you savor the final dregs of the broth. When you finally finish, you hand him a bowl, and you feel the spell break, and the story leaves you both. As you leave, you know that both of you are somehow a little more empty and a little more full than before. Do love him. What a cool guy. We will endure. I'm nervous about not having any shit. Oh, we got a couple different things going. I got a lot of reading. There's no answer when you buzz when you buzz Lim's unit, but the door opens, you push the door open and find Mina sitting in the middle of the floor playing with Bun Bun. Hi, Mina. Hi, Robot, says Mina sullenly, waving Bun Bun's paw without looking up. Where's Daddy? He doesn't respond. She walks Bun Bun across the floor, narrowly quieting to herself. You look around the units and mess dishes and glasses on the side. Some of Mina's clothes pile up in the corner. Mina's sitting by her bag, which is spilled across the floor, her drawing slate cracked and dark. I'll go ahead and tidy up a little bit. You start with the kitchen unit, piling up the dishes in the auto wash and wipe them down. You pile the clothes up next, folding them neatly. Mina watches you quietly as she plays, curious but silent. You've just started to look at fixing her cracked slate when Lim enters. Sleeper, what are you? He pauses and looks from you and Mina back again. Never mind. He drops a bag under the door and slumps onto the couch. Everything okay? Lim lets out a weak laugh. You forgot the past few cycles now, too. Wish I was so lucky. He looks away on the door. Look, now's not a good time. What happened? What happened? We messed up. That's what happened. We put our hopes in someone else's stupid scheme. He pinched the bridge down on his nose. You understand they'll never even put us on the list, right? I've been all around the room looking for work, and I've run into more than a few from the crew. Turns out only long-time Haven Age members were issued those Celius ID numbers. They never planned to consider us. Haven Age says they didn't know that was what they were going to use to make the draw. And who knows, maybe Celius pulled the wool over their eyes. But what does it matter? All those hours in the yard, from hand to mouth waged, and nothing else. He slams his hand on the sofa. You giving up? Lim opens his mouth for a small but stops himself. He looks at the door again. They are moving the side rail up the hub now, you know, he says without meeting your eye. That's where it'll depart from. They are bringing in a ship with the cryo-sleep pioneers and transferring them up there in microgravity before loading. Steal a ticket. There's no tickets. I was joking before. Those ID numbers code into someone's identity. No stealing that. He looks over at Mina. Look, we'll be fine. We always have been. I just need a little time, he sighs. We have our hearts set on this trip is all. Mina comes over and climbs his lap and smiles. What if I got you on board? I missed you these past few cycles. I missed the optimism. Lim strokes me his hair. Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around, be my guest. I can't get up there with Mina down here, and I'm sure the side rail will bring in a crowd, but be careful. Those kind of always attract scammers and thieves. You find a way any way on board, you take it. You need help to get there, ask me. But for now, me and Mina here are sticking to the eye. She looks up and smiles at him. Thanks, Lim. No, thank you, Sleeper, for coming by. You stand and leave, and Mina grabs your hand, eager to see you one more smile. Then you are out, back in the walkway in the low end, thinking about the plans you need to make it right. Bruh. You made me cry, dog. You can't be doing that shit. Also, we have, like, a day. This is not good. Alright. Rabaya. Even before you enter the office, you can hear the sound of Rabaya working the heavy bag. She is hammering it, the chain creaking as it shakes with each hit. She's been like this since Cena doesn't find the sentence. They are sitting on the stool, looking at the terminal in the corner, searching through our data you pulled from the cycles. How you been? Well, I'm well, Sleeper. Happy to no longer be hunted. They smile. Yanagan has plenty to deal with, and without Yannick, I'm free. They glance nervously at Rabaya. Russ starts punching, and in the silence you can hear her breathing hard. Sabina looks over at her, and you sense something between them. You realize you haven't seen them together since they tried to kill each other in the same unit, and a lot has changed since then. They hooked him up like a puppet. Rabaya hits the bag, rigged that thing in his head so they could control him. Pushed the old Yannick out. I don't know why they let him in. Why he let them in, Rabaya throws a few more punches, but it's a lesson. Don't let them in. Another flurry. Yanagan shouldn't deal with corporations, and we never will again, she spits. She comes away from the bag. At least Yannick's death has been treated as natural. There's a chance we come back from this that Yanagan can hold control, but there's opportunists trying to take control. Statement turns to you, yes, but now the connection has been broken. I've been looking at removing the trackers from your implants and Yanagan's enforcers. It's a different job, but I think with time I can do the surgeries. Rabaya walks away from the bag towards the far side of the unit. Those surgeries will never happen if Yanagan collapses, she shouts back at Sabine, clearly in the well-worn augmented in the suit. Will it really collapse? I don't think so, no. Rabaya doesn't either. They look over at her, at least not while she's calm. When she's calm. What I understand now is that Yanagan can be something if we want it to be. Coming here from Espen Arp, from the core worlds, all I saw was a gang, and with Yannick keeping me on a tight leash, they shudder. Rabaya believes, and I want that belief. They look unsure. I also want to be done with Espen Art, but I doubt they are done with me. They glance away, rubbing their shoulders. Are you and Rabaya? Fisher, yes, Sleeper. Isn't that obvious? They smile. But I wanted to say as we begins, never say, I'm sorry that I didn't tell you where I came from. I know I've apologized before, and I want to say again. Properly. When I leaked the data on the sleeper program, I was trying to help people like you. They grit their teeth. But after the cycles here, being pushed down, pushed around, trying to survive, that's gotten away from me. So when you turned up, it shook me up. They ran a hand through their hair. But I ended up here, so... Oh, of course, they reached in the pocket and took out a handful of vials. These are the last of the case. You can have them. They drop them in your hands. After the last use, I don't know what we can do. With the Aspen ARP connection broken, they look down. But I know there are other ways. Repairs, other pharmaceuticals. I even heard there are some labs out in the Greenway. Perhaps they can help you. They meet you in their eye. I'm sorry I can't do more. No. Thank you for everything. They look away, their eyes bright with tears. Rebecca crosses back to you and says beside Saban. They look at each other and you can't help but smile at the idea of them together. What are you two plotting? Rebecca grins. Saban smiles and the sound is welcoming, a welcome one. You watch for the two of them teasing each other and smile. Later, when you leave, you take the handful of vials out of your pocket and look at them. You can still feel the core of anger deep down inside you. You don't know if it will ever leave. But Aspen ARP doesn't owe you anymore. Own you anymore. They can't, because this place, these people own you. They are what makes you get up every cycle. This is what keeps you breathing. You put the vials away and walk through the low end. Your senses tuned to every sight, every smell, every sound, soaking it all in. Living gamer moment. I don't have enough points. Womp womp. Oh, good reroll. We have some pharmaceuticals. Then we have the spores, and we have that. We're kind of in a weird spot. Because I got a feeling we're about to hit like a major story point, and I don't want to push it quite yet. So let's see what else we can do real quick. But we finished at least one quest line, which I assume is what we needed to do to get out of this mess. If we have the gang behind us, there's no way that the corporation can get us, right? No, we still got to work on this. So yeah, I want to say in the next stream, we go to bed and we see what comes next, because otherwise I think we're in really good shape. We are working on the mushroom farm stuff. We will hopefully get a couple more things kind of chugging along here in terms of plot. Help them get off this planet. Help them kind of do their thing. I think we have a lot of room for stuff. We've got a lot of quests done already, which is pretty good. We're not even missing that much in terms of like other shit we could be doing either. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I think so. Either way, I want to say thank you all for watching. Do appreciate it. We'll come back on Monday, I assume, and finish things up. Next stream will hopefully be some Yu-Gi-Oh, but we'll see when we get there. So I just want to say thank you all for watching, and have a good evening.